Okie dokie, I believe we are all the way live. Hello and welcome to my graveyard. I am your host of the evening, the Cemetery Man from Salem, Mass. Always taking names and kicking candy ass. Live and living color here with you on Grande's Graveyard. And welcome back to another edition of the Horror Roundtable. Yes, this is Volume 3. And this is not Dream Warriors. This is not in 3D. This is the whole fucking show, ladies and gentlemen, because we have 3 guests, no regrets. First, to my immediate left on this screen, he is the one, the only. He's Dr. Hogg. Will, what's going on, good brother?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me.
Dude, glad to have you back on. We had a great episode back in December on the Twilight Zone, and man, that was one of the most fun episodes I ever did because it was like the first time we ever really talked in depth for very long. And bro, our chemistry was unbelievable. Like, I still to this day don't understand how that show turned out the way it did.
I know, man. I wanted to take you out to a date afterwards and give you a handy under the table. That's how good our chemistry was. I'll tell you that.
Never say never. Never say never, even though I know you're married. It's never say never.
Hey, these hands are free, baby.
Immediately beneath me, he is a reoccurring star. Man, we should just get you the co-star. Oh, nice chompers there, buddy. Oh, man. He is the one, the only, the legendary AJ Zetro. What's going on, brother?
Hey. What's up, man? Thanks for inviting me back.
Dude, man.
And everyone better get their kids out of the room now if there are any kids in the room. I'm just going to say that.
Although Will said his was family-friendly content, so I don't know what the fuck, because I'm very interested to hear what the hell he's got to say.
Believe him.
But AJ, welcome back, my friend. You're always welcome in the graveyard. And we have a first-time guest to the show. Instagram people will know him as Whopper Horror. He's our good brother, Brandon, a.k.a. tonight, he's Skink Crowley. What's going on, good brother?
Not much, man. It's good to be here. I had to get on somebody else's podcast. I can't just sit here and make noise by myself all the time. I got to have a backup. And there's a nice circle here to bounce off of. This is the way to go. I'm set now.
Yeah, for real, man. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you on. You have a great Instagram page. For anybody that has Instagram, follow him. His stuff is amazing. He'll always part like these artsy pictures of Blu-rays outside in the garden, and I'm like, yo, like I fucking love this guy. Like, what a fucking evil genius. And I don't know, you're always watching crazy movies and shit like that. So I was like, yo, I gotta get him on the show one of these days. And I figured the roundtable would be the best time to do so. So welcome, my friend. Welcome all of you. We got some people in the chat. We got John Steele is in the house. Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Falcon Adam, the king, is here. Hell yeah. Mateo, ciao grande, ciao roundtable, ciao Mateo. Nick Skull is in the house. That's a new name to the show. Nick Skull, welcome to the graveyard, my friend. Sir Grande, Sir Dr. Hogg, Sir AJ, and Sir Kirk. Kink Crowley. Sorry, I read that as Kirk
Crowley, by the way.
Kink Crowley, I like that.
Thanks for figuring it out. It wasn't skink. You know, you had a lot of words, and that's actually the real name. Thank you.
I'm sorry, I fucked that up. And he said, yeah, he is funny as hell. Okay, Neon Black Reviews is in the house. Good brother Neon, what's up, brother? So for people who are not familiar with the roundtable concept in the chat, basically what we do, each and one of us is going to pick a topic. We all have 2 topics each, and we're going to go around roundtable style, and hopefully this becomes like a fun, organic, crazy, balls to the walls fucking conversation. And I feel like with this cast of characters, there's nothing less that this can be. But before we get into it, Brandon is a first-time guest, and I figured all first-time guests, they have to get the fucking getting to know you question. All right, we got to get this out of the way. This is like, I don't know, middle school fucking first day of school or something. So Brandon, I have a getting to know you question for you. All right. All right. You can go to dinner with any 2 horror celebrities, living or dead. Where are you going to eat, and who are you going with, and why?
2 of them?
2 of them. Any horror celebrity, alive or dead, anywhere you want to go to eat, and why?
The first one is going to be, we're going to the Cheesecake Factory. It's going to be me and Tom Savini. And I'm going to literally break the table with his face at the end of the day. It's a giant crescendo to the evening, and the entire fucking place is going to just go wild, I'm telling you. The whole world. All right, that's one. Let's see. Oh my God! Oh, I got another one.
Ghostface
doesn't even count, but I'm going to count him. Jason Blumhouse. I'm going to take him to Hell's Kitchen, but it's actually going to be hell, and I'm going to leave him there to burn alive. There we go. That's my 2. Yep.
Why?
Now you know me. Now you know me inside.
I feel like I know you a lot better now.
Blumhouse is literally the pioneer of horror. What are you talking
You
about?
got me there.
He is the fresh of breath air in the horror genre.
He's gonna burn the fucking pioneer alive, motherfuckers. Danny rants and reviews. Whopper Horror loves balls. Oh shit! I don't know if this is your buddy here, Brandon.
Who is this? That's just some pile of garbage dressed as a person. That's not even a human being. That's a garbage
Report
bag.
him.
That's a garbage bag, dude.
Flagged. Throw the flag on this.
How could a garbage bag get access to internet? Or
I really thought he was gonna fucking go. I thought you were gonna go with some like real ignorant shit and be like, "Yeah, I'd bring like Lucio Fulci and Dario Argento to Olive Garden." Talk about how authentic the Italian food is the whole time.
Nobody cares about that.
That's what I did on my first date.
It all makes sense.
Don't forget the breadsticks. The breadsticks are fucking vital. Slasher Fred says, I would go at Johnny Rockets with Lon Chaney Sr. Very cool. Okay, that's cool. Let's throwback. Anyone see that new X film? I avoided it like the plague because Ty West sucks. Salute comrades. Brit's in the house. Brit, what's up? Nick Skull laughing, and they said, I saw X. Okay. Did any of you see X before we get the roundtable rolling?
No.
I did.
Nope.
Oh, what'd you think?
I saw it in the theater. I thought it was a mediocre bullshit whatever movie. I thought it was a
Oh shit.
on 70s. I don't care about it at all. No one else will on a year, and I don't care. And it was feeling like it was going to get weird, and then it didn't get weird at all. I hated it. It didn't go far enough.
Was there at least
Fucking bomb!
was there a black anaconda stroking some white women in it? Because that's all I care about.
It was, but you don't see anything like that. There's an alligator, no anaconda. But like
See, that's why I wish Joe D'Amato was still alive and he did X and threw it in the theaters.
Brandon's on the move like a defense attorney over here.
trying to feel like that's horror snobbery. I got the tiniest sliver left. That's all I got. We're fine.
You know what I did see though in the movie theaters, and it was really good. The Northman. That movie fucking rocked, dude.
I heard that was good.
Bro, he bites a guy's face in the first 30 minutes, like viciously bites a man's face off almost.
Like Hannibal Lecter?
Like a fucking wolf, bro. He like jumps on a guy and like ah.
Bro, this is a worldwide exclusive. If this is the real guy, even though I know it's not. Brock Lesnar is on the fucking graveyard right now.
Brock
Look
Lesnar.
at that. Brock has a hog on him, probably.
Somebody paid Brock Lesnar $58,000 to watch this.
He's talking about AJ for sure.
He's gonna suplex his kid.
Looks like I'm not gonna answer.
I love that picture of Brock Lesnar too. A fucking freak.
Yeah, what the, this picture of him? What the? He looks like he just got off the fucking farm. Like, what
That's
the,
right.
a happy lumberjack. They're just stuck in a tree.
he's like, look, they fucking pay me 6 figures to fucking come here and squash the roster. Like, what the fuck?
He's lifting tractors.
Yeah, Whopper. Hey, add me to that list. Remakes fucking suck. Okay, I don't know. I'm not a fan at all. But I don't know. That's just me. Yeah, no, exactly what I thought it was going to be. I don't know. I didn't bother. Ty West has failed me enough times. That fucking The Roost, Cabin Fever 2, House of the Devil. No, I'm good. I'd rather watch the fucking paint dry on the wall. Like I'm good on that shit. But yeah, no, I guess we can get right underway. If any of you would like to kick us off with the horror roundtable, the first topic of the evening, be my guest. Any of you, if you'd like to start.
I think I went first the last time. So
I'll go.
Go for it, Dr. Hogg. Family-friendly content coming, ladies and gents.
Dog. So this is a family-friendly one. All right. I'm serious. You'll see. But I mean, probably my explanation afterwards not going to be very family-friendly. But the question itself is. So I know a lot of people always pick, and I'm going to say them right now. So your choices are going to be limited now after what I say right off the bat. So the perfect segue into horror, right? So I know everyone says Monster Squad, Little Monsters, Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark? But I was kind of thinking, my dog walked today, right? My dog's dead. I just drag him on a leash. I was thinking,
This is like, very family friendly.
So I was thinking, what good film or films that is a good segue into like the horror genre for either young kids, teens, or even if you're an adult and you're a big pussy and haven't watched a horror movie yet, right? So I recently picked this one up today. I got and the Shout Factory one goes for too much money. So now that I got that region free fucking player, baby, I'm going to say Lady in White from the 80s. Did you ever see Lady in White?
I have.
Okay, so dude, I'm telling you right now, Lady in White in the 80s is a fucking scary fucking movie. Like, that's a movie you put you turn off the lights, get some KY jelly, you put it on, and you're fucking terrified the whole entire time. But
That's true.
That's a movie I saw as a young kid, and I remember watching it, and I'm like, oh man, this is actually kind of creepy. And I remember being like intrigued by all this shit, right? And then another one, and then I want to hear some of your guys, since I took away most of the popular choices of a segue into horror. Another one, I watched it last night. Ready? First time ever watching this movie. This is going to be a total like, what the fuck is Dr. Hogg talking about, right? Spirited Away, the Ghibli.
Oh, shit.
Dude, one, phenomenal fucking film, right? Two, I was watching it stoned out of my fucking gourd, right? And fucking... my wife made me watch it. She said, it's my favorite movie. You got to watch it. So I'm watching. I'm like, if I saw this as a young kid, I'd be fucking, not a young kid, but like a kid. I'd be fucking terrified. And I'm going to show my niece this fucking movie, then Cannibal Holocaust afterwards. She's only 5. And I'm going to get her into horror. But I wanted to hear you pick your brains on like a segue to horror. What either got you into horror or what you would show either like a niece, nephew, son, or daughter.
But before I do, I got to comment to Spirited Away. That's one I saw at the ripe old age of like 6, right when it came out. My grandmother bought it from a fucking mom and pop store, brought home the DVD. Oh, this won the Academy Award and all this shit. And I put it in the fucking DVD player and I was so excited. And like 10 minutes in, spoiler alert, this girl's parents like start eating Chinese food and turn into fucking hogs, like giant fucking boars, and they won't talk to her, and she's on her own the rest of the film. It fucking freaked me out to the point where I was scared to see my parents ever eat Chinese food again. Like, I was like, don't eat that fucking egg roll, bitch. Like, don't do it. You know?
Become an actual Dr. Hogg.
You pull a troll too. You just jump on the table and piss on the Chinese food.
My dad yells at me, "We're gonna feel hunger pains." Yeah, no, that movie fucked me up like completely. I saw it at the right, like 6 years old, so it fucked me up. So that's amazing. I agree.
I'm so happy you said that because like that's what I was thinking. If I saw it at a young age, I'd be like, yeah, this is creep. Because the whole movie's about fucking spirits, like fucking weird, fucking like that no face guy when he turns into that monster thing is like chasing her around. That thing's terrifying.
Yeah, no, and it's like I agree. I do think it is, even though it's not a horror film in any way, it's creepy like one. And you know, if you watch it on drugs, my friend Kyle, he always tells the story. He watched it on fucking mushrooms, and he said that the whole movie made sense to him. I was like, oh shit, like,
it all came together.
I watched it at 6 years old, stone cold sober, and I was scared for my mother to ever have fucking sweet and sour chicken ever again. So that fucked me up.
Could you imagine if the parents actually turned into hogs, like big dicks, just dripping dicks? Like,
I don't know.
It's a whole new film.
Don't hug me. Don't hug me.
Better. God. I'm doing the remake.
Yeah, no, for real. As for movies that I think would be good, like start off horror movies for people to get into the genre, for me it was the original Friday the 13th. I rented that from like a 48-hour video store, and I'll never forget the first time watching that movie. I don't know, anything like the mainstream slashers, that's good shit to start with. I don't know, like I would say another one that I grew up with was Hocus Pocus. I know people fucking make fun of me. They're like, you like that fucking shit? I'm like, yo, honestly, that shit was on all the time when I was growing up. And
the movie's great. Who the fuck makes fun of who about Hocus Pocus?
Yo, believe it or not, I don't know. I get made fun. Lady in White's another one. I remember we had like a fucking marathon one night we watched, and Lady in White was one of them, and I was the only one. I was like, dude, I love that. And everybody's like, are you fucking kidding? Like, I got made fun of. I was like, fuck, like, I don't know.
You should have pulled a Boogie Nights, Little Bill. Go to your car, grab a gun, just shoot everyone at the party and blow your brains out.
Perfect plan.
You know, for real. Yeah, no, I would say any Friday the 13th film or a Hocus Pocus for me. That's a good, like.
That's a chick flick, Hocus Pocus. Come on.
I mean, I don't know. For like, they wanted to eat children and shit, and I don't know. I love that movie. I can't lie.
They're green souls.
We're green.
I got no problem with Hocus Pocus. It's fine. Fine. The Disney Channel staple from the 90s. Constant circle, just being played nonstop my entire life.
Yeah.
What, Hocus Pocus?
Hocus Pocus. Yeah, I was just on Disney
Channel. Did you ever beat off to it?
I mean, at some point, like from 11 to 13 years old, something could have happened. So we're gonna touching. I don't know if you can really count it as a beat off, but I'm sure there's some kind of attempt, so some kind of arousal or.
What age do you introduce? What age do you introduce death metal zombies to a kid though? That's what I want to know.
Never. 99 plus, 99 years plus old.
Oh, Brock Lesnar doesn't like Hocus Pocus.
Dog shit. You're a piece of garbage.
Well, as you know, with me, I start off with prom night and Halloween, and I spit on your grave. Was my segue into horror. But if I had kids, I would probably go. I'd probably go Universal Monsters, depending on how young the kid was. I mean, that's classic shit right there. And then
what's your favorite one, AJ?
What's that?
What's your favorite Universal monster?
Frankenstein.
You really let that one go, didn't you? I thought it'd be the Wolf Man.
Well, Jeff's not here. So number 2 would be the Wolf Man.
Wolf Man.
He's your 30s voice
For sure. But then you work your way up to like the prom nights and terror trains and Halloween and stuff like that. But I would definitely start a kid off with the Universal Monsters, Frankenstein, and then the Wolf Man.
Forgiven.
And then death metal zombies.
Oh.
Fun fact, I always tell this story, but fun fact, Brian Yesna fucking hates the Wolfman.
Really?
Me and Jeff, when we interviewed Brian Yesna, dude, when we got really wasted with him. It was like 4 a.m. We were hammered drunk with this dude.
Oh, God.
And he starts bringing up what got you into horror? And I said I used to love the Wolfman, right? And he's
shit.
what a big pussy, the Wolfman. Lon Chaney, I'm a werewolf. It's so terrible. I was like, Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck?
Oh, no. You don't understand.
If he hates the fucking Wolfman, you tell his ass I hate Silent Night, Deadly Night 4.
Hey,
you're insane then, my friend.
I'm insane then. I'll be insane. That shit is garbage, bro.
Hey, is that coming out? When is that coming out, Will? For Christ's sakes.
Jesus Christ. Dude, listen. Jeff does all the editing. He does all the editing. I don't do any of that.
Okay.
Right? I'm the guy that deals with all the assholes on Instagram. You know what I mean? So that was a fucking 6-hour interview that he has to edit out a bunch of shit. It's terrible. Yeah, Wolfman is my favorite Universal. You're fucking right.
I just want to make sure it's not
motherfucker. You AJ.
I just want to make sure it's not getting forgotten about. I'm excited to hear it actually.
It's not forgotten about. Look at this. I'm a vape boy now. Look at that. Huh? What was that? Hey, King Crowley.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of horror movies you beat off to? Segued into it.
I mean, at 4 years old, I was beating off to probably, I think it was Twilight Zone the movie. That was a great segue into horror movie. Okay, I wasn't actually beating off to it, but that is my real answer because I saw Twilight Zone the movie at 4 years old, and that really is of course it's not all horror based or whatever, but that was a good segue into horror movies because so much weird shit happens in that, and it's 5 directors, you get to feel all the different just takes, and I don't know, I love that movie to this day. Every single story in it I think is just as good as all the rest, but that's a great one. And Jaws. I was on Jaws at 5 years old, which is also it's a horror movie. Don't tell me it's not.
When you were when you hit puberty and you were watching the Twilight Zone, did you say you want to see something really hairy?
Who was I saying? Who was I saying it?
Many of Filipino working girls in Subic Bay have heard that from me.
You want to say something really hairy?
Yeah, I do have one mention. I thought one of you guys were going to do it, but I will mention this because it's the perfect blend of comedy, gore, horror, Evil Dead 2.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
I would show that to a young kid to see gauge him on can you handle violence? Because I remember when I was a kid, I rented Evil Dead 2 and I fucking put it in. I was like, this is amazing. This is funny. Yeah. You have Ash, you can, Ash is a badass. He's gonna kill these bad guys and da-da-da. But at the same time, there's blood fucking everywhere and just crazy mutilation. I think that's a really good one too.
Yeah,
totally.
My aunt rented Evil Dead 2 when I was 11 years old, and I had never seen anything on that level of just insane a horror movie. And it was technically rated X when it came out. I mean, it was something I'd never seen like that. And she lived in a trailer in the middle of the woods. I'm talking 8 miles from any human being. And we're watching Evil Dead 2. And 15 minutes in, literally, I was like, this is great, but you have to turn this off because this is the scariest thing I've ever seen. And now even at 2, of course, is in my top 20 horror movies. It's got to be top 30, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, the rated X version where Ash is banging Henrietta from behind. Remember that?
Exactly. Someone's in my something else. Good Lord.
We had a couple in the chat. Poltergeist, somebody said. The Witches. That is the special makeup effects in that are fucking fantastic. Angelica Houston. Psycho. Okay. Double Toil and Trouble. I've not seen that one. Merle Strayhorn is in the house, and she's asking, or yeah, I think I don't know, Merle. I'm not sure if that's what.
It's a girl.
It's a girl. Okay. Favorite horror film, Brandon?
Merle.
My favorite horror film is where Merle disappears for all time because I don't know. I'm gonna make it tomorrow. Don't worry. No one will ever hear from Merle again.
Irreversible, Boxing Helena, Possession, a Serbian film. Great start for any 3-year-old.
There you go.
Well, that's phenomenal because that segues into my next topic.
Oh, you're gonna go 2 in a row?
Are we gonna do turns or are we gonna do 2 in a row? I don't know.
Usually we go right around the table. So
right,
if
cool.
you want to go again, though, we can. That's fine.
Nah,
Then you gotta.
It's your graveyard, all right. We're doing it around.
You ask your second one, then you gotta go.
What happened?
So you ask your second one, then you gotta go. You gotta go.
I'm out of here, right?
Yeah.
Did you see how serious he got? He was like, "What happened? I have to
I have a
leave."
loaded pistol under here, so when I go.
Like,
but I'm blowing my head off.
Oh, Jesus.
But that's why when I thought of this on the dog walk, I wanted to air out like the Monster Squad, Little Monsters, all that shit because I wanted to hear different fucking choices. Because every time you talk about kids horror films or segues or whatever, they're the ones that get brought up, and they're all great films.
Right.
Leprechaun's a great film. Fucking Jaws sucks. Just kidding. Jaws is good.
Garbage film.
I saw so much that I probably shouldn't have seen when I was like between 5 and 7. But times were different back then, so
Big facts.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go next?
I thought Dr. Hogg was going with his second one.
No, we're going. God damn it, AJ.
You want to follow the rules?
You come late to the fucking round table. Now you're fucking swinging around rules and shit.
I was wiping. What are you gonna do?
It happens.
Let's see. Okay, if we're going in a circle, I guess it's my turn.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Mine's super straightforward. I love straightforward things as always. Simple, the most simple, the better. Okay. What is your favorite undead film from 1985 from the 3? Return of the Living Dead, Day of the Dead, or Reanimator? That's the question.
I don't have one. Next question.
I will. Now it's where do you live again? What's that address? Can I get that again? I can't remember. I lost it. It was in my brain.
God damn it. There we go with the Russell Peters again. Son of a
Jesus Christ.
Who the fuck is Russell Peters?
Who's this?
Bro, did somebody please bring up a picture of Russell fucking Peters?
I'm looking it up right now.
Here's one. No, not looking so much. My voice, I guess, because this actually happened to me like when I first started seeing my eye doctor like 3 years ago. He's like, "Did anyone ever tell you sound like Russell Peters?" I'm like,
"This guy."
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
But if you listen to him, I guess I sound like him.
Oh my god, yo, that's fucking. I'm weak, yo.
Every time, is he a comedian?
Yeah.
You know what you need to do? If he ever plays Illinois, you need to fuck him. You need to try to fuck him up like Dave Chappelle. Run up on stage and try to beat him up.
John Steele. What was the wrestler that John Steele looked just like? And we brought that up on the show. That was fucking hilarious.
Oh fuck! I just drew.
Do you have a picture? Man, it was
Baron von Raschke, the Claw.
Baron von Raschke, bro. That was the funniest shit. He was wearing the same like color shirt and shit. Oh my god, it's fucking funny.
Yeah. My eye doctor always says I sound like Russell Peters. And one time I was out, we just finished up, and there was a kid standing there, and he was of I don't know some kind of Indian persuasion, and he's like, "Hey, listen to this guy." He's like, "He sounds just like Russell Peters." And I look, I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" Like,
Russell Peters thing is going too far.
I'm like, yeah, right. And
around.
I should say that my eye doctor, I think, is a couple years younger than me, so he's. So now every time I see him, he's like, "Hey, Russell Peters." I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then I listen to a Russell Peters bit. I'm like, "Holy fuck! I think I do something."
Dude, you do. It's like completely. We got a few people saying they're Day of the Dead. We got 2 for Reanimator. Let's see. We got a Return of the Living Dead. So already we have a vote for at least all of them.
Where were the choices?
So wait, what's yours? Skink Crowley.
God, I love all three.
You see what he did? He asked the question. And
I know.
Stopped.
Usually
And didn't fucking answer his own question. Let us in on anything.
So quickly and easily, but that one.
Yeah.
That's why I asked it, I guess. It's such a nightmare. Oh, I'm picking Return of the Living Dead overall. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I don't know how. But that movie, I love it all the way to the end. It's so nihilistic by the end, and just all three so downbeat. All 3 of them, and just disgusting feeling and dirty feeling the entire time. I love the effects in all 3, but I guess the attitude and just the ridiculousness and everything of Return of the Living Dead. I guess I'll pick Return of the Living Dead there. I hate it. I hate picking it so much. I just want other people to pick. I'm a disgusting person.
you like putting people in turmoil.
Yes, I really do. I can't help it. It's just naturally happening all the time.
Because I think we all naturally pause just because we're all like, that's a fucking hard one. We're all just like thinking right now.
Yeah, no, it is. It's because all 3 of those movies are completely different, even though they're all in the same genre too. Like Return of the Living Dead is the punk rock zombie fucking party, and Reanimator is this fun, cheesy fucking balls to the walls movie, and then Day of the Dead is. I always consider Day of the Dead like a fucking play. Like it's a play where everyone's overacting, and it just happens to have Savini's best gore of his entire career. Like fucking all the actors just screaming their lines like Sarah's research and fucking I'm running this monkey farm now, Frankenstein. I want to know what the fuck you're doing with my time. Like it is. And fucking Terry Alexander and that who can forget the Jamaican accent? We gotta be soaking up some sunshine. Like there's something about that movie. It is like the greatest play of all time. I consider that movie a play. I don't know, because I think Return of the Living Dead at that time was the zombie movie that the zombie genre needed. Like I really do. Like I think it was like way more commercial and marketable, because I think people went into Day of the Dead expecting Dawn of the Dead, and it's not. It's a completely, different type of movie. So I think Return of the Living Dead is probably the most popular and important, but personally, I like Day of the Dead. I'm a mark for Day of the Dead. I got the fucking one sheet right here. I mean, I'm a mark for it. So I don't know. I would go Day of the Dead, but all 3 are fucking bangers, man. Like, you can't go wrong with any of those.
Good year for sure. For sure.
Oh, I love 85 all together for horror, no matter what.
Yeah, my favorite year of the entire, to me, best year of horror history, 85 for me.
81, 85. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't, that is a hard one, because if you would have asked me when I was, first time I saw it, it was Dave for sure because of the gore, and I didn't see Reanimator until probably in high school. So that was probably the early 90s. But I Return of the Living Dead is like, still one of my favorites. I have as much shit as you could pop. Speaking of which, I'm sure you guys knew this. I was talking to I forgot the dude's name. I'm gonna give him some credit though. This copy, this DVD, I had no idea that this shit glowed in the dark.
Oh yeah.
Did you know that? I'm sure.
I didn't know that. I had that. No way.
That glows in the dark.
Yeah. The
either it was, I don't know when I actually figured it out, because I had that since like 2003
at least.
Ancient.
Yeah. I'm like, really? And I looked, and as soon as I pulled it out of the sleeve, I'm like, I could see like the little texture. I'm like, holy shit! I'm like, and the back too. Like, and I'm still holding this shit up.
It's just like a kid.
I'm like, it does. It's going like it only took.
I gotta charge my cover.
It only took like 20 years, but yeah, I finally, mine glows too. But yeah, I love that movie. And the first time I saw it was probably right around the time it came out on cable. And I remember laughing my ass off. My parents were sleeping, and it was on cable. And I was like holding the pillow over my face, because it was just so great. And I really didn't know what it was at the time. I'm like, well, what is this? It's like, is it a sequel? Is it a Day of the Dead or Dawn of the Dead? Like, where does it fall? And then
I saw it as well. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, where is it? But no, it's
Return of the Living Dead. Where does this fit in? I don't know.
Which group? Yeah, but it's funny. It's funny and scary. At least when you were 10, when I first saw it. Yeah. and gory too. So yeah, I love it. And I finally met fucking Tom Matthews and Linnea Quigley last year, and I'm like, well, I'm good now. So unfortunately, the other two guys, or the other guy, the two guys I want to see, Kafka and what's his face, are gone. So, but yeah, I love that movie to death. Yeah, no pun intended.
I thought you were crying there for a second when you said the sniffled it. I'm like, what are you doing?
No, my God.
So as a young man, right? I fucking love the Reanimator and fucking Return of the Living Dead for obvious reasons, right? Many of times have I said, "Mom, get out of the room" during certain scenes of Reanimator and Return of the Living Dead.
Make love till we die.
Didn't she have like a pussy mold or something? So
Yeah.
Her floor.
Yeah.
What the fuck, you know?
Yeah,
But
That whole story is ridiculous.
what's it supposed to be called? It's a pussy mold. That's what it is. But for rewatchability and atmosphere, and obviously fucking, like Grande was saying, just great fucking quotes and the best gore, Day of the Dead all day for me. I love it. It's like, it's my favorite out of the whole Dead series. It was my first, I think very first Romero film, I think, was Day of the Dead. I remember when the Anchor Bay one came out with the bub where you open it up like this.
Oh, I got that too.
I got it at Target. I remember my mom got it for me, and I remember watching it with my buddy. He slept over, and he wasn't really a horror guy, but we watched it. I was like, this movie's fucking amazing. And that's a movie just like Goodfellas. If it's on, I'm watching the whole thing. I'm sitting down and watching the whole fucking movie. So
Was that like a confirmation gift or something when you made your communion, or
what, Day of the Dead?
Yeah.
No. My mom got me the Untold Story for my confirmation.
There you go. I spit on your grave? Anybody but just me, right?
I had, dude,
Probably.
my mom bought that for me from Borders Books, the Millennium Edition. I Spit on Your Grave.
Well, how old were you? Were you 5 like me?
Now, I'm 5. Wasn't that fucking crazy? I think I was like maybe 11 or 12.
It's still fucked up, but it's not better than 5.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
you
wasn't
saw
really-
that shit in the theater with your parents.
I
That's
did.
like, there's no story that could top that. It's fucking insane.
Thank you. I had
Yeah.
a lot of like hands over my eyes and kept getting pulled out by my dad, but
Probably
Yeah.
the best.
little awkward.
That's the only pull out they did in that movie. But
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, we had a couple more people say we had another Day of the Dead. Brock Lesnar says Dawn remake over Dawn original. So, dude, Brock, what the fuck? What are you talking about? Come on.
Jesus, look at that face. I love that fucking Brock Lesnar.
It's me, Brock Lesnar. I just bought the farm.
Thanks for letting us know.
The Walking Dead best zombie film, to be honest. I hope you're fucking kidding.
I'm telling you,
You're
dude.
kidding. Another Return of the Living Dead is very goaty. Okay, wow. So this seems to be split right down the middle. People saying one or the other. We did have a couple of people say Reanimator, though. So that's pretty interesting.
Sure.
Brock asks, which horror movie that you watch makes you want to take a shower after?
Oh.
Paranormal Activity 3. That's a lie.
I want to fucking break my television after I watch that piece.
Any Bloomhouse film.
Oh yeah, well, that's true. I don't know. Man, I spoke up too soon. I need somebody else to answer. I don't know. My bullshit answers got me into trouble real fast.
Jackass. Any Jackass movie.
I would say the first 15 minutes of Irreversible makes you want to take a shower.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
fuck
Rectum?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anybody ever see Chaos? It was like the shitty Last House on the Left.
I want to, though. I've always wanted to see it, but I never got around to it.
That movie made me want to take a shower after, because it's just like they tried to up the like mayhem in it that Last House on the Left, and it's fucking it's too much. Like there's some girl, she gets a fucking knife shoved up her ass and they turn it. One guy, they cut off the bitch's nipple and eat it. Like
That's a
I immediately was like, I
Saturday
want to
night
take a
for Will.
shower and
Yeah.
fucking flush this down the toilet. Like it was a
Saturday
fucking,
night for Will.
That
Knife
sounds
in the
like my confirmation, actually.
I want to take a shower after Lucifer Valley. Dude, I can't believe somebody spent their time watching that.
Yeah, dude, that guy. So I never wanted to see any of his films, even though I'm into that like extreme horror shit. And I love anything Unearth puts out, even the shitty stuff. I just love like supporting Unearth. And also Lucifer Valentine's like a fucking scumbag, I heard. Which, I mean, it doesn't shock you. Have you heard of he got like canceled and like he's a big fucking time freak, man. You know what he reminds me of? Did you ever see 8mm?
Yeah.
Right.
Lucifer Valentine, the whole mystique around him and shit and the movies he makes reminds me of the director that makes the snuff films in 8mm.
Yeah. No.
Like, I
Speaking
feel
of Lucifer, Lucifer's here. It's time to take a shot.
Oh my God.
There you go. That's the nasty shit.
Yeah,
Brock, I still can't believe you beat the streak. Yo, me neither. That shit was garbage. My grandma took my mom to see the original Friday the 13th when she was 5. Holy
That's
shit.
not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, Chaos was terrible. Fucking Serbian film, first time. Yeah, and I'll never watch Serbian film again. I don't know. That one.
That's one of the best films ever made.
I think Will watched that at his wedding. I mean, it was.
I love that movie, to be honest with
I
you.
know.
We'll get into that a little later.
Oh, is that the next family-friendly topic?
Yeah. Yeah, Chaos is with Sly's son in it.
Yeah, Sage Stallone is in it. I don't know. That movie, I don't know. I wanted to like it, and then I was just like, wait a minute, this is fucking garbage. Like, come on.
Didn't Sage Stallone, he started Grindhouse Releasing, right, with another dude?
Yep.
Yes, he did.
Mhm.
If you have the Cannibal Ferox release, they did like screenings in New York City, and Sage Stallone like hosted them. Like, he was a big horror fan. So I don't know. It's a shame, man. He died too young. Like, that was such a fucking shame. 'Cause
I
he
heard
loved
some
horror.
weird shit. Stephen Byro was on a fucking podcast one time. He's the guy, the owner of Unearthed Films, and he said like, yeah, they killed Sage Stallone. I'm like, wait, what? Is there conspiracy theory with Sage
Jesus.
Stallone? Like, what?
Like Kurt Cobain?
Yeah, what is going on here? Like, and he never divulged information. He just said, yeah, what a poor guy. They killed him. And I'm like,
Just threw it out there like that.
I would kill to see a fucking Sylvester Stallone like drama thriller where he's trying to find the killer of his son. Hey yo, kill my son's stage over here. I'm gonna break some thumbs. That would be the best fucking movie ever, man. I love Sly.
Like all the movies that Grindhouse had released would be like clues to finding the murderer. There we go.
There you go.
that's a movie right there. I'd watch.
We're set. We just wrote a film. We're set. We'll get the money, get the budget, get the producer on the phone. It'll probably fail. I ain't got the time for that. I'll tell you what. I had energy for it for a second. It's gone.
You gotta drink another Monster.
Jesus Christ, there's 2 of them right here.
Oh God.
That whole fucking thing right now. Have a heart attack. Come on, do it. Do it for the graveyard. Do it for the
No
graveyard.
heart attacks in the graveyard. No way. I hope not.
Oh God, he drank the whole thing.
I only drink like 1,400 milligrams of caffeine a day. I should be good.
You're gonna fucking piss purple now.
No, I drank like 8 of these a day for like the last 7 years straight. It's fine. Should have been dead a long time ago. It's fine.
Oh Jesus.
Oh shit.
We just you just release the bad and you're good.
They don't call me Dr. Hogg for no reason.
Can go too many ways.
All right, are we
I'd like
ready?
to change the podcast to Cabinet Dr. Hoggs.
Dr. Hoggy.
Dr. Hoggs, baby.
That's the way to
Hell
go.
yeah. Zetro, my friend. What's your first topic?
All right. Well, this one's going to be a little probably in depth if we want to really get into it.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I just want to know. I think I've asked this before, but I always try to get like the feeling on people about this, like modern horror. Okay, like new shit. Is it really that bad, or is it just we're experiencing shit late in our lives? You know, like if you were seeing horror for the first time and you're 10, 12, 15, and you saw the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or the new Scream, or the last 2 Halloween movies, would you think that those are like fucking like awesome because you're seeing them for the first time? Or, you know, because we've seen a lot of shit from the 70s and 80s, and it's, you know, garbage in other people's minds, but, you know, because we probably saw it when we were younger. So I'm just wondering, is it really that bad, or is it just like an age thing or experience thing, or what do you guys think it is? I mean, I think it's kind of like an age thing, you know, because we've seen so much. It's me, because I've been watching this shit for 40 years, and nothing surprised you. You've seen it all, but it's like it is kind of watered down too. There's no more boobs in modern movies, you know, and that was the fundamentals of horror was blood, beast, and boobs. That was easy, and that's what we liked. But now they're trying to get like too like like
Mhm.
you know, too good, too political. I mean, I don't want to say political, but you know what I mean. Like too, you know, it's like I just want to see someone die and just the bad guy get killed and he ever come back to life and some boobs and some heads get blown up or some shit like that. But what do you guys think? Is it like the modern horror thing? Is it us? Are we just old curmudgeon farts, or is it just, you know, is it just really that shitty?
Jeez, I don't even know. Do you even want to tackle that first? That's
there's been some good stuff in the last couple years, but it's like for the most part, like especially the mainstream shit.
I mean, listen, I'll be the first one to say I actually thoroughly enjoyed the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I thought it was fun for what it was. I got fucked up and watched it, and it was a shitty movie, just like all the other sequels besides the second one, straight up. I think with new horror, horror's always been about social commentary from the dawn of time to now. But I feel like newer directors and newer screenplay writers and such and producers that want to put these movies out, I feel like they shove it in your face a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Like, take Candyman. The original Candyman is all about social commentary. It hits on all the same plot points that the new Candyman hit on, but it made you think. You could have a conversation with your friend afterwards about it, right? But the new Candyman, it's just out there because to me, I feel like not a lot of people have imagination anymore. They can't really write a movie that has, and listen, I never wrote a movie. I don't know how hard it is. I don't know how hard it is to direct a movie, so I can't shit on movies getting made, even if they're shitty, you know? But I feel like it's just one of those things that I feel like everyone's dumbed down from social media and from the internet and so on and so forth, that there is no imagination. And so they put out these movies that are just blatantly, shoves either ideals down your throat or shoves certain messages down your throat, but they're so blatant that you're just sitting there like, I'm not entertained by this. This is not entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And then there's no conversation to be had after the film, really. You know, so I feel like that's where a lot of not mainstream horror, but like newer horror goes wrong. Is there's literally no there's no imagination land. They got to get to the South Park imagination land and help themselves out. You know.
Okay.
Real quick, that's probably the most professional thing I'm going to say on this whole fucking episode.
Yeah. Shit got serious for a minute. I was like, wow. I was like, this is.
I felt like old school Will Ferrell when he does a debate and he just blacks out and starts like debating the fucking the mouth of the South. Remember that at the end of Old School? That's how I just felt there. I just blacked out. Like it came back. Like, whoa, what the fuck happened?
The other guy,
yeah, I mean,
we have no response. That was perfect.
I mean, I think you for sure you got a point there though. Yeah, I mean, I understand that for sure. It makes sense.
And more tits would be cool, but whatever. Listen, a big hog. They've been really focusing on hogs lately too on newer horror movies, showing the male dick. I've seen a lot more male dick than boobs. You know, that's okay with me. You know, but
well,
they got show a nipple.
Every film ever since then. They're like, oh, we can show this in movies now, rated R. Oh, okay, we're doing it every movie. We got to.
I love how it's always
explicit
nudity. It's always explicit nudity on rated R, and that's how you know there's a dick in it.
Exactly. Yeah, you're saying balls.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, I mean, pretty much the same thing he said, but yeah, horror movies. They're not focused on what we want to see in a horror movie anymore. They're I don't know what they're focused on other than making money anymore. It's disgusting, and I don't know. And the world has changed way too much since the 70s and 80s, and the internet has just changed human thought. Period.
Yeah,
it just really has. I don't know. And movies are not made for me anymore, but they are. I'm sorry, but I think they are as a whole. They are worse. They are worse movies. They're made with less care and way less effort is having to be put in to make a horror movie now for sure. I just think about guys like I'm watching Don't Go in the Woods Alone, James Bryan. I mean, a guy who was just some idiot trying to make this horror movie to make money, just like now still. But he had to put in everything in his life for probably 2 years. Every waking moment was nothing but trying to get this movie made. It had to get it made. Now it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't seem the same unless it's somebody with like a vision or something like that. They got the money or like Hereditary. I love Hereditary. I'm sorry, the whole world. But I love Hereditary, and I don't like almost any modern horror film. I hate Midsommar, but
Yeah.
It's whatever. Just meandering. But hey, so it can be done. But as a whole, the horror movies just aren't focused on what I want anymore, and they're still just technically worse to me. I don't care what anybody says. They're more bland. They're made the same. The artistry mostly is gone. There's just too easy to do things now with CGI and just change things, and the effort isn't there, so the imagination isn't there, like Will said, and that's just all there is to it. So that's a long-winded, I don't know, all over the place answer, but yeah.
I will say though, there's if you look hard, not even hard enough. Like Joe Begos, he's a great fucking horror director. I love everything he's done. VFW was like one of the best
that was good.
Asian throwback horror films in a long time, and even Bliss, that was a cool one. Jason Eisner with Hobo with a Shotgun, and even his short Revenge was fucking great. So it is out there. But you have to dig really hard, and you're never going to find it in a theater half the time. Besides, like Hereditary, once in a while. I liked Midsummer. I enjoyed it. I liked watching the weird sex scene in the movie theaters with people around me, and I was just sitting there like, because I'm used to that shit. So like, me and my wife, she watches movies I watch. So like, we're watching it like kind of like, oh wow, this is awkward, and there's people behind us like, what the fuck did you make me come here for?
That was me. That was my wife.
I saw Midsummer in the theater. I mean, yeah, but still, I could just feel the same thing. I was like, I feel like everybody in the theater is like, why did I come here? What's happening?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like those movies like VFW and Hobo, it's like they're kind of trying to bring back the 70s and 80s feel, though. They're like, the effects and the soundtrack and shit like that, So it's kind of new, but it's kind of old too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did it well. So
they did it well, yeah. And it's like,
oh god,
I'm not that hungry for new shit because there's a lot of stuff I still haven't seen from 67 and 80s. So I'm like, until I see everything, then I'll be like, oh, when's the next Scream coming out, or when's the next Halloween coming out?
I'm surprised, man, because you're what like pushing 350 at this point. You're 350 years old, right?
I thought you meant pounds. Just like
90.
Yeah, I am. So what, fucker?
Terrible. You're older than me. That's hard to believe.
Jesus, you haven't seen all the movies yet? You've been around since the fucking first time.
Right? That's terrible.
Yeah, I am pushing 350. So what?
Big fucking deal.
I'm gonna have a pizza.
Hey, Cinco de Mayo, we're partying.
Pizza with 2 toppings. No, like I don't know. Like you asking this question actually sort of scares me a little bit for myself because like if I'm old, curmudgeon, and jaded at 25, like I'm fucking scared for myself. Like I really am. Like I don't know. I do think most of the mainstream stuff is trash. Like it's fucking garbage. And all they do is just bring back already established shit. And like the marks just fucking, they get all around in the fucking semicircle and jerk each other off. It's like, oh, the new Halloween. Oh, did you see he killed the fucking fire department? Oh, Scream 5. Holy shit. Like, you don't got any fucking thing new to bring to the table? Like you were saying, there's no imagination anymore. And like fucking Brandon was saying, where's the heart? Y'all don't have any heart anymore. That, like you were saying before, this guy fucking 2 years of his life. And just recently, I watched The Forest, which is, not a great fucking movie by any means. But like I was listening to the commentary, the guy was like, oh, I had to mortgage my house to fucking pay for this. Like, I don't know. To me, knowing this, like the heart and fucking money and time and shit that it takes, it endears you a little bit more, even to a bad film. But these movies now, it's like, if you're given the creative reins and money to run with a fucking mainstream movie and you just make something generic, like what the fuck? I don't know. I agree there is good stuff out there. It's all the, indie stuff. A lot of indie stuff is good right now. But seeing something in the theater, I mean, what's the last good mainstream horror movie you saw in the you have to think about it because it's probably years ago. And it's like, I don't know. To me, it's more fun to go back to the old school, the 80s and 70s and 60s and shit. And like, okay, this is when it was done right. It was done with heart and it was done with originality. I hate to sound like a fucking, uptight curmudgeon punk at fucking 25, but fuck, like, I don't know, man. That's just I don't know. I think it's fucking garbage right now. I hope for the best, but if we're fucking, if Halloween kills itself and fucking Scream 5 is the future, I'm fucking staying in the past. I don't give a fuck. You can go and I don't give a fuck.
I think a lot of it too has to do with like the horror community, because when someone does bring out an original film, whether it's mainstream or indie, but still has a pretty wide release, everybody shits on it. That movie fucking sucked. They don't buy the Blu-ray release. They don't give any money to the tickets to go into it or whatever it is. And then the studios are all about making money. You can't blame them. They're about the buck, baby, the almighty dollar. So it comes down to you vote with your dollar. So Halloween Kills made a shit ton of money, right? They're still going to make those movies. But when somebody say I made a movie, right? I guarantee, even if it was average, it was pretty good, had some good gore scenes, people are still gonna be like, that movie fucking sucked, don't waste your time on it, da 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 da. And then that's where it gets buried, and then that's why they keep recycling bullshit to make money over and over and over again. So
it's the audience, 100%.
I just blacked out again, which is
like how Scream 5, Scream, the overratedness of the first Scream now has gotten out of control, but when you think about the first Scream compared to Scream 5, and you compare like the writing and the direction of the first one to Scream 5 is light years worse in just every way, and there's no reason for it to exist other than, look, here's these characters again, give us money. It's like this had no reason to be made. That's why it's not good. You can just tell. You could tell it's not directed by Wes Craven. You could definitely tell it wasn't written by Kevin Williamson. It's just,
Yep, exactly.
You're right.
Good as the original Scream. I'm like, I'm not the biggest Scream fan ever, but to say that's as good as the first one is insane when you listen to the dialogue and stuff. I'm like, dude, it's not fun. It's terrible.
It is, and like I think the big thing about a lot of these movies that we love, like, okay, we already talked tonight about the 3 movies from '85. All 3 of those movies are fucking distinctly 1985. Like all of them. Return of the Living Dead, especially the punk rock music, the gore, special make effects, like that's distinctly its era. Scream, distinctly 1990s, and created this whole wave of neo slashers, whether you like them or not. I fucking neo slashers as a whole, I generally don't like, but Scream, it started something new. Where is the starting something new for now? Where's the movie now that's going to embrace the era that we're in? Like, I feel like a lot of these movies that are good and we like, you mentioned VFW, you mentioned all these movies that are trying to be 70s. Like, I love the 70s too, but like, to me, if we're going to move on and move ahead, we got to be in the now. Like, I just, that's my whole thing. Like, and I see movies do it, but they don't get the same love or attention as even that piece of shit Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie on Netflix or Scream 5 or fucking like, I talked about it a couple weeks ago when I did Underrated, Overrated Horror. I talked about Rise of Leslie Vernon. I was like, that's a fucking horror movie I wish would have been in a theater and like, but I don't know. Maybe it's not mainstream enough. Maybe it's a movie that is more for genre fans. I don't know. But to me, I'd like to see some of these, side movies, indie movies get that mainstream attention. It's just so rare that you see it. And when you do see it, I feel like the community now, it's like fucking polarizing. It's like, oh, it follows the worst fucking movie I ever saw. I'm like, really? Like the worst movie you ever fucking saw? And then, I'm in that boat with Hereditary. I buried Hereditary. I fucking curb stomped it. So I'm part of the problem, maybe. I don't know. I just wish we could all come together and fucking embrace something new.
We'll just get along.
You gotta think about it. It's by the way, Leslie Vernon was I love that type of shit. Like it reminded me of Man Bites Dog, but more horror genre. You know what I mean? I love them type of fake documentaries with a serial killer type shit. I love that shit. But it also comes down to this, like, back in the 80s and back in the fucking even the 90s, you didn't have social media. You didn't go off of what all this masses are saying, right? All these douchebags are, this movie sucks. Da, 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 da. And you went and go see it, and fucking it was good or is bad, and you shut the fuck up about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But it gained a following as it went. You know what I mean? So like, and also you were saying like, where's the relevance of today, right? Everyone's doing throwbacks. That was called a Serbian film, and everyone let it down.
That's right. You sons of bitches.
I'm just fucking with you.
I don't know. I think, I do think there are movies out there. It's in terms of finding an audience. Like you said, like, think about it. Let's say Nightmare on Elm Street didn't come out in the 80s. Let's say it came out tomorrow. Like, there would probably be people on the internet bitching about it. Like, there'd be people putting it over. But there would, maybe it is the internet. Maybe it's giving everybody a fucking opinion is not a good thing sometimes. Like, and everybody has it, but I don't know. Like, if everybody has it to broadcast, it's like, oh, you know what? That guy's right. I agree. Maybe it wasn't that good. And then you get all these opinions just going all over the place instead of just like, let me think for myself. Let me enjoy what I want to enjoy and hate what I want to hate,
That's why I always say, like, if you look at my posts on Instagram and shit like that, or any kind of reviews I do, if it's a bad movie, I always say it's fun. I don't say it's a bad movie. I said that movie was a lot of fun, right? Because I don't like to shit on movies. I just say it's a fun movie. Kick back with your friends, have a couple beers, drink a Monster, jerk each other off on the couch. I don't know what you guys do with Monster hydration. Is that what you do?
Go somewhere.
But no, I totally agree. I think a lot of things is too many people, the masses flock to one another. And from there, it just kind of gets diluted and people wash out the good shit and they want the usual shit. It's a comfort thing. You know what I mean? They want the usual
It's safe
bullshit. Yeah. So
sometimes I feel like it makes me hate it more. Like I saw fucking the Halloween movie. I was like, all right, that was a piece of shit. But then it's all the fucking people. Oh, did you oh my God. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Would you shut the fuck up about it? Then I can I will let it go. And then it's just, It's the constant, it's like somebody yelling through my fucking window and I want to slam the fucking window and throw a fucking baseball at their fucking head.
Well,
I don't
know. You know what's crazy?
Always want to see Michael stab an old lady in the throat with a translucent light bulb right there.
Oh, bro, it was so brutal, bro. Did you see they brought back the kid from the original? Shut the fuck up.
You can't see anything. It's all dark. Oh, it's so brutal. The blood is black. Oh, yes, blow me. Black blood. I hate modern horror. Black blood.
We're talking about like modern, word of mouth and this, that, and the third. Everyone wants familiar shit. But it happened in the 80s with a certain film. Halloween 3 came out. One of my faves. Mm-hmm. And people got so mad that Michael Myers wasn't in it that they had to go back to and make Halloween 4 and 5 and 6. Yeah. And they're shitty fucking movies. They're terrible. Halloween 3 is 10 times better than 4, 5, and 6. Exactly. So all the rest. Fuck it.
I was looking forward to the new Halloween movie when it comes. I'm a Michael. See, Mikey's over here. I like him. I like that franchise. There's a couple of clunkers in there, but yeah, I went in positive attitude. I didn't think even watch a trailer because you know how fucking trailers are nowadays.
Oh yeah.
And I went in. I'm like, okay, cool, man. This will be great. The opening thing with the pumpkin that was the opposite, the reverse pumpkin. And as I'm watching, I'm like, okay. Well, that's okay. Well, maybe they're just throwing like a little bit of like an homage to the original. Okay, that's fine. That's cool. But there's another thing. Well, there's another one. Well, now you're not really paying homage to the original. You're just taking the original and just redoing it. You're just ripping this shit off. So at the end, I'm like, okay.
Well, the only person that paid homage
there's a line they shouldn't cross, and they cross it every time.
Right.
Stop, but
my friend, he came in his pants when he saw it. He's like, oh! I'm like, yeah. I said, well, dude. I'm like, yeah. I said it was all right. The kills were cool. The guy playing Michael was good, but the story and it's like all they did was just rehash the original one. Oh, well, not even that was the funny part. Is like they kept taking parts out of like the sequels and tossing them. Like, well, okay, do you want me to forget about the sequels or not? Because you're taking shit. Oh, forget about them because we're going to take little pieces from them, like the masks from Part 3 and whatever the fuck else they did. And I'm like, all right, well, you tell me to forget them, so I just like rip the shit off. Like, okay, like, nah.
If I Halloween kills with someone, and when it was over, he said, "Dude, I would choke him to death. Watch the light leave his eyes."
Oh my God, I felt. I mean, I try not to shit on things either. I'm like,
Me neither. I never talk shit about anything.
No, I never
do that. That's not me. That's not my personality. That's not my entire life.
Well, you know how some people are just like, someone will post something and be like, oh, the new Scream 5 was so awesome and I loved it. And it's and I won't say anything. I'll give them a like and go on my. But some people go out of the way like, what, you're an asshole or that's stupid or that was shitty. And like,
yeah, I never do that. See, I make fun of everything. But I never go on somebody's post and like say, hey, this movie, I never do that.
Unless someone asks, hey, what did you? And I'm not even like that either.
Yeah, I don't ever do that, but I love to make fun of it because then I go watch the movie and I'm like, you people are fucking disgusting saying this is a great movie. I'm like, this is trash.
Well, it's funny when you do that and you're like, oh, this movie sucks. This is awful, but you're like holding it in your hand, in your house, in your chair. I'm like, all right, well, is it shitty or is it good? What you bought it, you goof?
That's right. Yeah, see, that's like Death Metal Zombies. Death Metal Zombies, of course, technically is a pile of steaming shit, but it's hilarious and fun to watch. Like Will said, it's a bad movie, but it's fun.
It's fun.
But of course, but Scream 5, I wouldn't own that. It was a fucking gun to my head. That
Are you sure?
Entering my home.
What's your address? When's your birthday? I'm sending you.
Like 123 Primrose Lane or something.
I'm sending you Scream 5 with love stains on the steelbook. Get ready.
That's it.
You can scrape it off with a razor blade.
like a scratchy ticket?
Oh yeah.
Burn it away.
Oh boy. Cigarette man.
Burn it all down. Oh my God, Don't Go in the Woods Alone ended. Well, that's over. I'm gonna start it over for sure.
There you go.
I feel like I'm in fucking the first 15 minutes of Irreversible with fucking Whopper Horror fucking running around with the camera the whole fucking time, dude.
That's right. I'm about to go outside. It's about to get wild.
I feel like I'm fucking getting dizzy here. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're going to. You think I'm living this. This is every day for me. I'm a nightmare, I'm telling you.
Oh shit, there he goes.
He's gonna club rectum.
We're fine.
That's another found footage movie.
We're still going. We're fine here.
Paranormal Activity in Georgia.
Oh, this is every 20 minutes for me. I mean, I can't believe I'm held off this long. I mean, it's quite an achievement. Now I'm in hell. This is actual hell I'm in now. It's a scary place, but I gotta go here.
Well, I think we know where we all stand on my question. Then I think were you up Grande or is it your turn finally?
Oh, my topic. Okay, so
I'm actually excited.
Oh, man.
It only took an hour.
Lighting me up earlier.
last roundtable we did a directors coming out of college question. So I figured we'd do another one. I figured there'd be a fun little discussion. NFL draft. You got the first pick in the draft. 2 top horror directors coming out of school. Who you picking and why? John Carpenter or Wes Craven?
Yeah. Wes Craven.
See, I'm never any good on the whole director thing, so I'm going to go with whose movies I like more. Would be Carpenter for sure, because the Thing, Halloween, They Live. And
I would say Craven as well, but I want to hear why. Why Craven over Carpenter? Because I feel like most people would probably say Carpenter, but why? If you because you're putting yourself in the shoes. Okay, you're like a producer of a big fucking studio, and you're going to pick one of these guys to come in and make your next 3 movies. Why go Craven over Carpenter?
I think Craven, when he was young, was a hateful little motherfucker, bro, and he epitomized horror for me. For like Last House on the Left.
True.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like that to me is a fucking horror movie, man. Like that, and it just he just had his pulse on it. I feel like his early films were so just sadistic and brutal and very like nihilistic, and it just was. I don't know. I love it. I would definitely that would be my boy, man. If he came out of college, let's make a fucking fucked up film, Wes. Let's do this, baby.
Very good.
Hell yeah.
Right. Same thing for me. It's almost the same thing he said, really. I mean, Wes Craven, I like John Carpenter. He's much more. I know exactly what I'm going to get when I see a John Carpenter movie, at least until up until about 1987.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You pretty much guess how it's going to feel and sound and how it's going to be edited. Wes Craven, like he said, he was raised like a Christian fundamentalist, and he just watched movies. He couldn't do anything when he was a kid. And when he got like 18 or whatever, he just became a complete hippie and said, I'm going to make the most disgusting film. And he just started doing drugs and smoking weed all the time and just went and made Last House on the Left with Sean Cunningham. And I love Last House on the Left more than anything that John Carpenter's ever made. I like Nightmare on Elm Street better than anything John Carpenter's ever made. I would have to go Wes Craven. That's it. I just love
I
Wes
agree wholeheartedly.
Craven. I love Wes
I really
Craven's
do.
creativity and his. I don't know. I just like Wes Craven more than John Carpenter. Of course, I love John Carpenter. Of course, that's 10 years of him, especially. But yeah, Wes Craven for sure.
I think Carpenter is probably more the beloved of the two, but I think when you think Craven, I mean, the guy moved genre along like 3 different times, 3 different decades. Like Last House on the Left is the fucking rape revenge film of the 70s, and Elm Street is like one of the most crazy great horror movies of all time, and then Scream is like, you know, the Nirvana in horror of the 90s or whatever. I mean, the guy commercially was always usually successful. Like he made a lot of movies that were commercially big hits. Carpenter, aside from Halloween, there's not that many big like commercial hits when it comes to like making a lot of money. Like The Thing is a fucking great movie, one of my favorite movies of all time, but it died at the box office. Like it seemed like a lot of the movies he touched died at the box office for whatever fucking reason. Not to say they weren't great or good, but I would agree. I think Craven too, from an exploitation horror film standpoint, because like Hills Have Eyes, Last House on the Left, and then putting those elements in a mainstream movie like A Nightmare on Elm Street, to me just changed the whole fucking game. Like I'm a mark for Wes Craven. I think the guy was so fucking ahead of his time, and I don't know. That's why I'd lean towards Wes. But I mean, it's John Carpenter too. Like I feel like John Carpenter's most beloved fucking filmmaker ever. I'm actually surprised 3 of the 4 of us said Craven. But AJ, why Carpenter?
Just like I said, that's just because that's probably who I've seen more films of. So, I mean, I don't have really a reason or anything. I'm awful at the director question. I don't know anything about like style.
You love Halloween that much, I think is what it is. That's what it is.
I mean,
it just trumps everything else. That's it.
I mean,
AJ has his dick in the mouth of a Michael Myers mask right now.
That's right. I do.
The mouth is ribbed.
Yeah, have you guys
for Michael's
seen,
and his pleasure?
It's funny you asked that question, Grande. Have you seen the Cursed Film Serpent in the Rainbow episode?
I haven't seen that episode.
It's
No,
really good, and his son Jonathan Craven's on there, and they're interviewing people, and he actually says he's like, my dad was a sadistic fuck man back in the 70s, like no holds bar type shit. And one of the, I think it's his assistant or a production assistant, she said, I was so afraid to work for Wes Craven because I saw Last House on the Left, and I was like, I don't want to work for this guy. You know what I mean?
Because that reminded me. Have you ever like seen like the original scripts, like the original dialogue in like Nightmare on Elm Street and Last House on the Left? And the dialogue was so much more brutal and just disgusting than that in the actual movies. I was like, dear God. So yeah, Wes Craven I was like, I'm sure they were like,
I would get along with Wes Craven. Like, so like I'm looking at it in this standpoint too. So like John Carpenter, I feel is like a real big, like he's a real, like Wes is too, but he's a really big film guy. You know what I mean? Like John Carpenter's this type of guy, and like, you know what I mean? Like very not artsy, but you get the drift of where I'm going. Yeah. Wes is the type of dude that's gonna want to like eat some acid and like, all right, yeah, we're gonna have David Hess fucking assault this girl in the woods. Let's do it.
John Carpenter was very structured. Like I said, his editing and his shots, like he said, like it was real structured more than Wes Craven. Wes Craven made like, oh God, I can't remember that movie, like Meryl Streep in the 90s about the symphony.
Oh, Music of the Heart.
Yeah. I won an Oscar. I mean, right after he made a New Nightmare, so he just anything. But yeah, John Carpenter, you could tell he just, I don't know, he had a style for sure. You could always.
I think Craven as the guy is so much more interesting too. Like, because people don't realize he never saw a movie until he was like in his mid-teen years. Like his parents were uber religious and they didn't fucking let him watch anything but like fucking cartoons and shit. And then he sees a couple films, becomes a film student, and then fucking first film out of the gate is Last House on the Left. Like, that's fucking crazy to me, man. Like, the guy knew no bounds, it felt like, you know? So, and not to say, I agree. I think Carpenter probably from a technical standpoint is probably better. But, yeah, no, I would agree. If I'm a big producer, I'm like, yo, give me this guy, give an exploitation filmmaker mainstream money, and let them fucking go be creative with it. And I think, you know, that would work personally.
All right, AJ, you can X out now.
What?
You can get out of here now. You're the low man on the
I guess so, right?
Well, let's see. We got people in the chat. We got John Steele says Craven. Brock Lesnar says John Carpenter.
Son of a bitch.
Merle says Wes Craven. James Moss says Wes Craven. We got Danny says John Craven. Okay, so that's
he made Mind Ripper Hills Have Eyes 3. John.
There you go.
God.
Magnum Mac, Carpenter is greater than Craven. Trenchy says Craven. Miss Carter, a lot of Craven. I'm surprised. I thought Carpenter for sure would win this. Because that fucking My Soul to Take and Scream franchise would have never made it if. Oh, geez. Yeah, no, My Soul to Take. Let's not the fucking dumbass blind kid climbing the side of the house. Holy shit. That
movie is unwatchable. I'm sorry, Mr. Craven, rest in peace, but My Soul to Take is unwatchable. That is horrible.
It is fucking one of the biggest pieces of shit of all time. Like, I should do a commentary on it because it's so fucking shitty.
I can't sit through it again. I can't.
Brock Lesnar on the farm is saying Carpenter has more classics. So I don't know. Maybe Brock Lesnar is a 4K player somewhere. Wes Carpenter stuck in the question. Love the Ecliptic Trilogy, John Carpenter, The Thing, Prince of Darkness, In the Mouth of Madness. All great movies. I have to agree with that. Let's see. Brock says Wes Craven Scream films is awful, but then I hate 90s horror.
Well, you never seen Tales from the Hood, Brock. All right? Back the fuck off, buddy.
You're missing out, you turd burglar.
If I could go with anyone, I would choose Stuart Gordon, Joe Dante, or Fred Decker, and Wes Craven. Hell, maybe even James Wan. I feel like they would fit best with my style. Craven over Carpenter for me. Okay, yeah. So I guess it depends on the style of person you are too. Like, it's not even just which one made the better movies. Which one do you think you get along with better and make the type of horror movie you want to make?
We're not allowing.
That's what I thought the question was, Grande. Was like, who would you want to like work with? And I thought of Wes Craven just being a madman, and I'm a madman, so I think we'd just be making a fucking great movie together, you know?
Yeah,
Sure.
We're done with Fred Decker, okay? He wrote the new movie, The Predator. We're done with Fred Decker. He's done.
Oh, Fred Decker should be fucking canceled. This fucking shit sucks.
I'm gonna go Fred Decker my slop sink real quick, boys.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, geez. Mateo says Carpenter. Kyle Heder says Carpenter is better at movies in general. Craven better at horror, if that makes any sense. Okay. Yeah. So it seems like there was a lot of votes for both. I don't know. It's a tough one, man. It either way, you really can't go wrong. I think of the last one I did, Argento or Fulci, and Fulci won, I was surprised. I was the only one on Team Argento, but
there you go.
That's why it's fun to do these questions. You kind of compare and contrast styles like that.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Dr. Hogg, his story, his topic was up next, so I don't know. I guess we could wait for him.
Why should have brought the camera in with him? What the hell?
Yo, imagine he just start taking a piss and he's just like, all right, my next topic. Like,
it's a long one.
Only he would do that. Trenchy says the OG Fred Decker was dope, though. Yeah, no, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Monster Squad and Night of the Creeps is fucking great movies. And I don't know, maybe it started with fucking RoboCop 3, then it all went down from there. I don't know. Neon says Argento's greater than Fulci. I would agree with that, but I don't know. Last time we did this, Fulci won big time. Fulci went over like crazy, so I don't know.
I mean, I like Fulci better, but Argento clearly cared way more about what his movie. But I know I like more Fulci movies than Argento, but Argento is definitely a better filmmaker and cared way more. I mean, clearly, but
yeah,
back, baby, I'm back.
Oh my God! I hear
you're back, dude. It's your turn. It's your topic time too, my friend. James Moss, see you later, buddy.
My piss smells so bad, dude.
Ew.
Why?
I brought 2 cans of it in the room.
I ate asparagus for the last 2 days.
Oh, there you go.
It's the best vegetable. God damn, dude.
You know my favorite vegetable? None, because I don't eat any. Like I said, I should be dead. I should be dead. I'm sorry. Can somebody send a care package of vegetables over in like a pill form that I can take? I'm not going to make it longer.
You're going to be plugged up.
I had them for 38 years. I'm done. Take it.
Come on, man. They're good for you.
I know.
So it's my turn, huh?
Yes, sir. Your topic, Mr. Hogg.
All right. Well, this would be a good one in the message section, too.
Yeah.
So, with the movies, the extreme horror route we're going here, not even extreme horror, could be a mainstream horror, could be just a regular horror film, right? You know, with Cannibal Holocaust, Cannibal Ferox, a Serbian film, do you think there is a limit on what you can put in a film? Is there that wall where you hit and you're like, are we going over this? is this going into like almost like fetish? Some films go into that fetish realm for people. Some people, you know, the animal cruelty realm, the I don't even want to say because we're on YouTube, the Serbian film realm.
Yeah.
But is there a limit to horror when it comes to subject matter? And do people have the right to call you a bad person if you enjoy that film?
Wow.
I think that's a good question, baby.
Yep.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think I don't think you can call anyone a bad person for liking a film, no matter what it is. I don't think. I'm sure a lot of people would say you could. I mean, sure, there's millions of people would say you could base, you know, how you felt about somebody just off what movies they like, what art they like, period, I guess. But I don't think a movie can, in its ideas, go too far. But in its execution, maybe, where it becomes literally so pointless to the point of just, I don't know. Just why is this even happening again anymore? Maybe, but I don't know. You know me, I want people to do whatever they want. I think that's my take. I think. I don't know.
I think there's always a line that you probably should or shouldn't cross, but it depends. I think how far you're going to cross the line. Like I think Last House on the Left, we were talking about that before, that crosses the line in just the right way. Like at that time, it crossed the line. It was fucking far, but like, to me, effective. I do think there are films that go too fucking far to gain, you know, notoriety from being shocking or terrifying. I do. And I think you can tell those apart from the films that are actually good and have a message and stuff like that, you know, from the ones that are just going for that value. I do think there's always a line, but I don't think, number one, calling somebody a bad person because they like something like that. Like, okay, if you like the fucking gore, slaughter, fucking vomit girl trilogy, that's fine. Like, whatever floats your fucking boat. I like Necromantic 1 and 2, so I'm not like, I don't think I'm a fucking saint either. So, like, I don't know. I like Cannibal Holocaust, and there are probably people from fucking the WWF that will want to fucking, you know, kick me in the fucking face. But that's what I like. I like the film. I don't know. I guess there's always going to be too far. It depends on where your line is too as a person, you know, like what you consider to be too far. I guess it would be different boundaries for all of us, but I don't know. I do think there are certain films that go too far. I don't want to like say any names or anything, but I don't know.
I want to hear the names.
You want to hear the names?
Yeah. Those the titles.
Okay. All right. You know what? You brought up Serbian film. Serbian film is actually a fucking fantastically made movie. Like that's to me the thing that fucking freaked me out the most about it, because how fucking polished it is. Like when I first heard about it on the internet, this is back in fucking, I was probably in middle school when that fucking movie came out. And everybody, you gotta fucking see this. You gotta fucking see this. I was expecting this like dark, gritty, grindhouse exploitation movie. It's not. It's a fucking polished movie. It looks like it was made with a lot of money and fucking care and time. And then you watch the movie, you're like, holy fucking shit. To me, some of the shit in that film, it does go too far. I think it's fucking too far. But there's some people, like, I think you know, Will liked it and he was like, holy shit, like this, I got off on this. This is fucking crazy.
I didn't get off on it. Jeez. Whoa, what the fuck, this guy over here, yo.
I don't know. But also, fucking, I think you were talking about in the Twilight Zone episode, you were getting off The Happiness. That's another fucking movie that I don't fucking know. I think that shit's fucked up. But
you know, I really think like what you said with the polished Serbian film, right? It could be on mainstream theaters. Like that could have played in a movie theater. Like how well done it is. And I think you got to look more into the making of it, why they wrote that film, like that type of shit. Like I know Unearth's putting out a documentary about it, but I've already read a lot about it. I don't think a movie can go too far unless they can't hurt people. You know what I mean? Or hurt. I'm not about the animal cruelty thing. Like I know a lot of people hit Cannibal Holocaust and Cannibal Ferox, but that was a different time. You know what I mean? That was in the 80s. A different, like, Europeans have a different way of looking at animals than Americans too. You know? And
yes.
And also the whole fact is Deodato actually said, like, all the animals that were killed, we fed them to the tribes people in the Amazon. Like they were going to get killed anyway. I mean, it's a little crazy that he did it and he went that crazy, but that's part of being young too, being a young filmmaker and just being like, fuck it, let's go for it. Like Wes Craven in Last House on the Left, fuck it, let's go for it. Let's do it. Film it. But there is films though that are out there that are like shock value for shock value's sake. And there's a certain mood for that for me, like a tumbling doll of flesh. I don't know if you've seen that or before, but that's up there for me. As like that's one of the films that really fucks me up. Like I could watch a Serbian film and I'm like, yeah, it puts me in a weird mood, but I love it. I love the way it's filmed. I love the story behind it. I love the ending. The ending's phenomenal in a Serbian film. But Tumbling Doll of Flesh is just straight gore and snuff. Like it's just so fucking out there. But at the same time, like, did they go too far? In my opinion, no. I honestly don't think anyone can go too far in an art form unless you're really actually hurting somebody. And I mean that's just my opinion. I remember the whole thing, like there was this dude, I'm not gonna name drop him, but he was on Instagram and I remember he like went off. It was like a year ago, 2 years ago. When did the Serbian film come out on Blu-ray? It was like 2 years ago, right? Or a year ago?
Yeah, 2 years tops, probably.
So it was during the height of it getting released, uncut, uncensored. I remember he posted like, if you watch this, you enjoy fucking pedophilia and da da da. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, calm the fuck down. Like, like you're a fucking herb, bro. Go fucking sit down, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? And then it's funny because you look at his page and it's all Saw movies, and I'm sitting there like, whoa, that's a torture film. They're torturing people in that movie. So, you know, that's okay, but this isn't all right. Like, art is subjective no matter what. I know that's one of the big sayings they say, art is subjective. I feel like a douchebag even saying that. But I feel like there is some directors though that really do kind of like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, did you ever hear of Marion Moore?
Just from you, man.
German
that one doesn't ring a bell.
He made a pretty famous film called Cannibal about the Rottenburg cannibal in Germany.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
That movie's pretty fucking awesome, and it's his least intense film. So it only goes from there. And his movies are hard to get through because I feel like he's really an evil person in real life. Like he's a fucked up individual. And I feel like he makes these films because he's secretly is getting off to making these films. And I like having them in my collection just to have them. It's a one and done feel. I'm never going to be like, I'm going to watch Angel's Melancholy today. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to put it on and give it a shot again. Like, no, it's a one and done. It's in my collection. If I ever need to pay my mortgage, I can sell it for $500 if I want to be a douchebag. You know what I mean? But
well, Cannibal was based on a real story. Cannibal,
true crime. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
This guy fucking in the early days of the internet, man, there was all them crazy message boards. There was a cannibal message board. And this dude went on this message board and he fucking said, like, hey, I want to eat somebody. And this guy was like, hey, I want to be eaten. I don't find anything wrong with this, though. I don't feel like anyone did anything wrong, to be honest with you. But they got together, they fucked for like a day, and that's in the movie. It's really out there. They're like, at one point, they're just frolicking in the fucking like German countryside nude. Yeah. And then he finally, like, he starts with his dick, bro. He like gets them all fucking pilled up and he cuts his dick off and fucking cooks it and feeds a little bit to them, and they're eating it, and then he like ends up just butchering them and fucking. But it's crazy because it's like a symphony of love and disrespect. It's
a love story. Yeah,
it really is. It's wild, man. But I can see why people don't like a Serbian film. Like I don't force people to watch shit, but at the same time, the reason I said this question, especially because people are watching us right now, and I just like putting it out there, is like I hate when people say that shit. Like, I'll never watch Cannibal Holocaust. It's fucked up, and you're fucked up for watching it. No, you're a fucking idiot, you moron. Go sit down and eat a fucking dick.
Eat your own dick. That's fucking after fucking for a day.
Go eat some turtle soup and shut your fucking mouth.
I'd still be hungry.
AJ, you didn't have nothing to say. What are you afraid to get canceled or something?
Yeah. Goodbye. Well, like anything else, it's like if you don't like it, you don't want to hear it, don't watch it and turn it off. You know, I mean, some of the movies you've talked about, I'm like, just from you describing them, I'm like, I don't think that's something I'm into. But I'm not going to say you're fucking demented or you shouldn't be watching that or you're this, that, and that or whatever the fuck. So, you know, I just don't watch it. That's fine. I mean, and we know it's fake. It's bottom line, whatever the movie's about, it's effects and it's fiction, unless it's like, you know, the face of death scenes, like the little scenes, like the a couple of parts that were actually true in those movies, or the animals. I really, you know, I love animals, but I'm like, I'm not gonna turn it off, or I'm not gonna say it should be banned or never watched again or buried in the Nevada desert because of it. So I mean, there's not a whole lot that really upsets me or offends me or gets me riled up or freaks me out or nothing. But it's like some stuff I'm like, it doesn't sound like anything I want to watch, and I won't watch it.
I feel like
watch it. You want to buy the Blu-ray special edition? Go ahead, cool. I'm not going to shit all over somebody at Ford or demean them or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, can a movie go too far? Probably, but I haven't watched it because I've probably heard about it or read about it, and it sounds like something I don't want to watch. But I don't think there's anything I can really pinpoint like, oh, that movie's. I've watched that movie, and that went too far. For me, it's like this. It's just the old adage. Just don't watch it. You don't want to watch it. Don't watch it. Period. You want to listen to it? Don't listen to it. No.
I feel like the forbidden factor sort of draws people in, though. Like for me, and you mentioned Faces of Death. I remember the first time, like watching Faces of Death, thinking it was like a big deal. I was like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah.
Like I'm excited to watch this. And like the scene where they all eat the fucking monkey's brain. Like I thought as a kid, I was like, "Is this fucking real?" Like I was fucking freaking out, But like, and then now watching, I'm like, "How the fuck? I was an idiot. Like, how did I think that was real?"
Like 75% of it's fake.
Yeah, as a kid though, it's like the most amazing thing. So I don't know, maybe it's something about the forbidden factor of when you're told, "All right, this is really fucked up." It's like you sort of there's a part of me that gets excited about. I'm like, "Oh shit! Like what is gonna disturb me or offend me or whatever?" So that can kind of draw you to it. It's just sometimes it's like I do think you can go too far. It's just it depends on where you draw the line. I think it depends more on the individual. I don't think any of us would have to draw the line, close. I don't think any of us would be, too easy to offend considering the movies that we fucking watch and like. But I do think for someone who's not a fan, who doesn't watch this shit every day like we do, I don't know. I could totally see them freaking out when they fucking mutilate that turtle in fucking Cannibal Holocaust. But I don't know. I was like, I just watched it and enjoyed the movie, but I could see why somebody would be like, what the fuck are you,
I know several people that can't handle clowns.
Like clown porn or just clowns?
No, just clowns. Clowns from outer space,
Is there really fucking clown porn?
There's everything porn.
There's gotta be.
Mongoose porn. It's fine.
Mongoose porn?
We're not censoring anything around here. Film or porn. Porn is film. I'm sorry. That was wrong.
There's a movie directed by Fred Vogel a little after August Underground called Murder Collection Volume 1, right? And the beginning of that film, it's this like narrator, and it's kind of telling you the whole time. He's like, why are you watching this? Why do you want to watch this? Like, and that's the whole forbidden factor nowadays. I agree with that. It's like when people hear about these fucked up films, I feel like they're sitting there like, oh, it's going to be like a fucking horror movie like Halloween and then they put it on. They're like, this is too much. Like, this is like a sensory overload. Right. Yeah. And no, man, it's definitely wild. I follow, I don't know if you guys know Jonathan Doe from Putrid Productions. He makes like extreme horror fetish type shit. And he actually was on his YouTube channel and he said it. He said like, hey, like if you guys want to get into extreme horror, like you got to understand, like, it goes there. Like a Serbian film's nothing compared to some of the shit that's out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like you got to make sure that you actually like want to watch something like this. Don't do it because of the dare, because it could fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like there's people that get like, my wife can't watch shit like that. Like I put something on like Tumbling Doll of Flesh. Like she needs to go upstairs and like digest it and go play like Fortnite for a fucking 4 hours just to get happy again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Those movies to make you think about things that you never think about and never want to think about, and then it forces you to, and you're like, oh boy.
Yeah, well, that's what I love that genre though. That's why I love it, because like I could put on like The Thing or fucking Nightmare on Elm Street, and I could have fun to that movie. But it's kind of like dumb down my brain and just have fun. But if I want to like kind of take myself to that limit, I feel like, I don't know, like I guess I'm fucked up mentally, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? I go to therapy. I'm like Tony Soprano, you know what I mean?
We're desensitized trash.
But all three of us. It's wild, man. And I'm glad that everyone though agreed that anyone that fucking outs somebody for watching a film is a piece of fucking shit.
That's shitty. And there's a lot of that. There's a lot of that and everything nowadays. If you don't agree with me, then you're an asshole, or you need to be, you're going to be this, or you're that, or it's like, come on, man. I don't think like you do, and that shouldn't be a problem nowadays. But unfortunately, with everything, you get like almost like outed, like oh, he doesn't like what I like, so he's a piece of shit, or he's a this, or he's a that, or he don't like. Come on, man.
Yeah.
We all have
Yeah,
different opinions.
like that all the time. It's like well, I'm known for, just making fun of them, horribly, blah blah blah. But it's because everybody doesn't care because they can tell that I'm just doing it for fun. I don't give a fuck what anybody likes. You can like anything you want. I don't care.
Well, like you said, you don't troll someone's page or whatever the.
People can like any film they want. It's fine with me. I'm never gonna actually go after anybody. I just love making fun of the movies. I just the filmmakers in the movies. That's all I want. But some people still are like, "What is wrong with you? Why are you always talking shit about everybody?" I was like, "I'm just having fun." I was like, "I don't actually care. I promise."
I just put you in your dark basement there, or your dark room there, just ranting.
Way too many lights on in here.
A good rant is always fucking entertaining.
Yeah.
It really is. Like I always get a good kick out of like somebody who has good ranting skills. I'm like, oh my god, like I can't wait. Even if I disagree, I know it'll be entertaining at least. So I don't know.
Right there. Yeah, and I'm not gonna call you like, oh dude, like you're an asshole for doing that. Like, no, I'm like, because maybe you do like something or hate something that I like, but that's what makes us human.
You know what I think it is? I think all four of us are adults, and other people just have an 8-year-old mindset.
That's right.
Yeah,
it is.
And I see a lot of it, and I've been like people try to like goat other people or me and the saying shit or getting into like their little pissing matches and stuff. I'm just like, go ahead, I'm good. You know,
I'm over here watching Death Metal Zombies and the Night Brings Charlie. I ain't got time for this Scream 5 versus Black Christmas. Who gives a flying fuck about one thing in Black Christmas 2019?
There it is.
Goddamn Dick and Cherry. Fuck all
There it is, live in living color.
Dick. Oh, Dick.
A Whopper Horror rant. There you go. You had to pay money for that.
It was happening. He was gonna have like an ulcer if he didn't get that out. He was shaking his head, pulsating his head with this.
He's got that recliner that has the. You got.
I want to know how many steps. He definitely has the most steps in the history of the show. Like in one episode.
Dude, this motherfucker's been walking a mile, dude.
You got to get his steps in.
I'm forcing myself to sit here. This is a nightmare. Give me a second.
You have that recliner with the toilet in there in case you shit yourself, right?
It's right there. It's fine. It's right there. I got everything in there. The movie room contains all. We got it all here. We're fine.
You got a piss bucket?
In there's a bucket.
Was that an actual bathroom?
I dump it into the bathtub. It hasn't stopped up yet.
I got a slop sink. Like my movie room's the next door over. And I just go right into the slop sink, pissing. That thing smells like asparagus shit.
Ew! Oh my god!
It's bad.
And how's it on taking solids? By the way,
it's not good. You have to shove it down.
A fucking waffle.
I took a shit on the Navy ship one time in the shower, dude. I was all drunk and I was showering up. Right? I think we were in like the Philippines. We might have been in Thailand or some shit. And I remember being in the shower, and I was just like, I got to take a shit. I don't know why. I was like, it's probably liquid anyway, because I was drinking all night. And it was solid. It was a solid shit. And I'm like, oh, no, what am I going to do? So I was like, literally like trying to shoot water down there and step on it and shit. I'm a filthy human.
Mistake of my life.
Wow.
There's no shame in my game, dude. You know, I don't give a fuck.
No need.
Holy shit.
Grande, you asked for this.
I did. You know what else I'm asking for? I'm asking for the next topic from Skink Crowley.
Oh God. All right, here's the most horrifying thing about my topic.
How many people shit in the shower?
Yeah, exactly. Is that my next topic was basically already stolen, kinda, but of course mine's much more straightforward, but it was already said earlier. But I was going to say, since we're all so much more into, older horror films, what is everyone's favorite horror film from the last 10 years? Which, of course, you kind of asked earlier, but not really. But still, this is just a straightforward favorite horror movie the last 10 years. It's a disgusting question. It's a disgusting question. I know. It's sickening to think about and answer.
Well, when was Death Metal Zombies made?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was 95. Sorry. What a golden year.
10 years? You said 10 years?
10. 20, so 2012 to now.
Fuck, dude. It's hard. I can't even think of any right now.
I know. It's just like, what?
Because originally I was going to say Session 9 all day, but that was like 2008, I think. So it can't be that.
So old. Yeah.
Session 9's like 20 years. That's like,
It was, oh shit, that was like 2000, wasn't it?
yeah, 2001, I think. Yeah.
I'm all over the place. Fuck me.
I'm telling you, we're old. We're old.
I was fucking 6 when Session 9 came out. Oh my God. That shit is.
I was
what's that shit, man? From 2012.
First one that comes to my mind is It Follows. I loved that movie. I thought it was fucking the score, the concept, the fucking cinematography, the whole like chlorine filter over the fucking movie. I thought it was an awesome movie. I really like Cabin in the Woods. I know a lot of people, it's very hit or miss. Cabin in the Woods 2012. The Battery, that's another really good like little zombie film, indie zombie film. I liked The Lodge. That was just from a couple years ago. People fucking make fun of me for liking that, but I like that.
That's my
It Follows, though, would be my pick. That I love that movie. I fucking walked out of the theater and I was like, I wish horror could take a page from this, but I don't know. Again, it seemed to be another polarizing one. Love it or hate it. A lot of people hated it too.
I gotta check this one real quick because I want to make sure that it is from what we're talking about here.
I can't. Fuck. I
It
can't.
is. I'm going Raw. The French film Raw.
Oh, I loved that.
That was the last film that I seen that was like really like I was like, wow, this is fucking amazing, dude. Like, super brutal in times. It's brutal where it needs to be, and it's filmed so well. I definitely would have to say Raw all the way.
Yeah,
I saw that in New York City.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it on the big
premiere.
screen?
Yeah, I saw it on the big screen, New York City, and the director was there.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
Julia, I've shit some fucking French last name. I don't remember. But she did like a Q&A after the film. It was really cool, like her discussing the themes of that movie. It was like the movie is really about like the horrors of fitting in. And like like when I went into it, I was thinking, okay, cannibal film, it's gonna be fucking gross. And it's not really the movie you get. You get this, and the score is amazing, acting's amazing. Really good movie. I think I covered it on an episode a while ago. We did Raw and something else, and like that's a banger horror movie. Good pick, man.
I love French horror in general. You know that.
Me too.
That's what it's Italian and then French horror right above that. I think French to me is like better than Italian for some reason. I don't know why.
The French extremity shit, that's my shit, man. Gaspar Noé and fucking.
Well, that's for another episode, Grande. We're gonna have to do that one.
Oh, dude, of course. If there's anybody up for French extremity, it'd have to be you.
Oh man, that's my favorite. AJ, wait, hold on for a second though. Motherfucking skink, you didn't say any goddamn movie. You're putting us out to dry here. You're waiting. You're fucking looking at me and Grande like, maybe this, maybe that. You motherfucker.
That's right. I mean, I'm gonna have to go Hereditary. I don't know.
That ain't a bad choice though. By the way, I loved It Follows, by the way, too. That movie's fucking great. I know a lot of people hate that shit, but Hereditary's fucking great too, dude.
Yeah. Hereditary is everything you have we seen all the things in Hereditary before? Yeah, but have we seen them done like that? No. And that's all that matters to me. I got everybody's like, oh, it's just The Exorcist. But with this, or it's just this, I'm like, no, it's not. I've seen The Exorcist, and I've seen this. They're not anywhere near the same. I mean, I get it, but I'm like, no. I was like, you were not paying attention enough. I promise. You got to watch it by yourself. Put your fucking phone down and pay attention to the film. I promise it'll be a different movie than just sitting there and talking to your fucking 18 goofy friends on your goddamn phone while you're watching the movie. I was like, I promise.
Give this guy a Prozac.
I need something. Please.
Triggered. He's triggered.
I'm triggered constantly. All the fucking
Dude,
time.
my poor wife, she hates films like that, like Session 9, Hereditary. And I remember Hereditary when it finally came out. I was like, yeah, you gotta watch. I watched it first. I was like, you gotta watch this film. You're gonna love it. And she watched it with me, like a dark night. Like we had all the lights off. She's like, afterwards, she just looked at me. She's like, that was so depressing and fucking weird, and I hated it. But she loved it at the same time. Like that's what I love about horror movies. You know, that movie made me feel like shit, but it was great.
Oh yeah, let's say everything about it. I got no problem with Hereditary. I don't know. People are like, oh, you don't like any modern horror? Did you like that one? I was like, it's better than most. I was like, this is better than most of them. I promise. It's not even an opinion.
I thought it was an inbred horror film when I first heard about it. Hereditary.
Exactly. It's just my family tree story. No. Oh my god. Terrible. Redneck joke finally coming out. Finally had to happen. Took me forever. My God, I'm watching that child swing an axe against the ground and don't go in the woods alone. I can't even think right now. I'm transfixed.
I can't think of everything I'm thinking of.
AJ's panicking.
AJ's Googling.
I am. I'm thinking like what came out. Everything I'm thinking about is like mid 2000s, I think, or late 2000. I like here. I just Googled like horror movies the last 10 years. Okay. I like The Conjuring. That was good. I like Train to Busan. That was really fucking good.
Really good.
Oh,
you guys watched? That was good. Fuck, I don't know.
Don't just go off a list, buddy. Figure out which one you like.
I can't think like
You're going off these great horror films like Train to Busan. It's like, oh yeah, it's a great film. Yeah, I like this one too.
Yeah. I'm trying to like. I'm trying
Rotten Tomatoes gives it a fresh rating.
I can't think of any like off the top of my head. I'm thinking like shit from like 2008, 2005. You know, yeah. So Train to Busan. There you go.
I'll take that.
A banger.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, I liked the Evil Dead remake, but that was.
I'm gonna beat you for that one.
The French
2009, right? Or 8 or whatever.
2013. And
Evil Dead was all over the place. Last 10 years, I think.
2013.
Was it 13?
Oh yeah. I hate it so much that I know what year it came out. I know what year every piece of shit movie came out. I mean,
I've never seen it. I never seen the Evil Dead.
I liked it. I mean,
I saw it in the theater. Of course, I hated it, but of course, I hated it.
That fucking movie, they threw gore at it, and the gore is good, but that's the only like positive. That's it. Like it's not any. I don't know. I didn't care for it that much.
It's not fun. That was my only complaint.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it took me that long and I had to Google shit, I guess I'm just like I said, I'm not.
I said, that's the only reason I asked it, because I was like, I know that none of us care nearly as much as about the last 10 years as any other decade.
Yeah.
So then you asked about modern horror earlier, though. I was like, well, my question still stands.
Yeah. I mean, you pick like 70s or 80s. Don't pick 90s though. That was a rough
okay.
too.
Yeah,
oh fuck, 70s? We'd be here for fucking a day. Fucking forget it. Like
90s.
I do 90s all day too. I love 90s horror.
It started off kind of okay, but then it just, I don't know. For me, yeah, it was.
I hate every movie made from 1998 to 2001 almost. What was made in those years? Godzilla and fuck. Oh God, I don't want to talk about it.
Godzilla from '98. Oh
Roland
no!
Emmerich, what a fucking artist! Oh, just kidding. He's a dying rat on the ground that I'm stomping out. He's not an artist. That was terrible. Roland Emmerich, I'm so sorry, you fucking billionaire. Fuck you.
Fucking, I don't know if he's a millionaire after fucking Moonfall. That fucking shit. That shit crashed and burned.
Cash.
I just know it. No Rob Zombie movies in that mix anywhere for anybody?
I'll say it right now. I mean, I've made fun of Rob Zombie for 100 years. I like The Devil's Rejects and the first half of House of a Thousand Corpses. But other than that, it's all garbage to me. I'm sorry. I've watched it all just so I can hate it all. And every time I'm like, I can't believe how bad this is. And I already knew it was going to be bad before I watched it. I don't know. But there you go. I had to get that Rob Zombie talk in there. Of course. I haven't talked about him at all in the last 20 years.
There you go.
Terrible.
Nice. He's always a fun topic. Rob Zombie is always a fucking fun topic.
You want to talk about splitting people, man, yeah, for sure.
I still can't believe that Rob Zombie is still the thing that'll make a horror person mad more than anything. Talking about, I'm like, why is Rob Zombie still the most pivotal person?
It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know why people got so obsessed with his personality and everything about him so much to the fact that we are still talking about Rob Zombie. I'm like, he was such a blink of an eye in horror, and really, when you think I don't know, it just won't go away. It just won't ever end. It's fine. He can.
I was psyched when I heard
I'm using my piss jar right now.
Oh boy! God. Flip the camera around.
You don't want to see this.
Yeah, you don't want to go Whopper Horror style and get wild here. This is Sam Raimi, right? Sam Raimi's my favorite. I gotta get the camera moving. So
Oh my God.
Rob Zombie's Monsters is gonna be fucking hilarious. He's gonna be cursing out Eddie, and Eddie be listening to Kiss. Eddie, if you don't get in your room, I will fucking skull fuck you.
I mean, I'm a Monsters fan. I'll see it for sure. I'm a Monsters fan.
Oh fuck! I don't know if I could fucking pay real money to fucking.
Well, hey,
watch that.
you weren't alive when Monsters Today came out. That show. So
yeah, I don't even know how to feel about that. I mean, I'm
lived
not
through that.
impressed seeing a Monsters film, so I'm not gonna even. I haven't made fun of it. I was like, whatever. I mean,
Oh shit, Brandon! I feel like you'll love this comment.
Oh Lord, dear God, that's true. I have nothing to say to that comment. It's so disgusting. I got nothing.
I like Split.
Split was
a good
good.
movie.
I agree. I don't know if it was horror, like thriller. Definitely thriller.
Definitely
had
thriller.
horror elements.
I enjoyed it though.
I am.
Yo, guys, I filled up 3 beer bottles of pig.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe it. And I just realized I'm out of liquid and I'm going to die. So I'm going to get some right now. We're going to take another.
Look at this.
I bet my girlfriend's going to love this.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Listen, I respect the graveyard. I can't walk out every time, so I had to just piss right in the bottom.
You have impeccable aim.
Yo, fun fact: when we were recording the last episode of my podcast, we're in the middle of this great conversation. And I'm like, I have to pee so bad. I don't want to pause. You know what I mean? So like, I pulled out this huge 40 ounce that I had, right, and I'm trying to pee on it, like pee in it. And all of a sudden, I guess I was talking, and I start pissing all over the carpet. I'm like, shit!
I'm glad this actually happened. You're like, this will work out for me. I know it.
I feel like spending a week with Will would be the fucking craziest shit ever. Like,
oh, you have a great time.
That's right.
yeah, no, for real, we would have a great time. Fucking, we
I'm all
definitely
for
watch some
hanging out.
fun
You wanna
fucking
come-
movies.
You want to come down to South Jersey and fucking eat some cheesesteaks and some actual good pizza? Come on down.
Uh-oh.
Fuck you, AJ, you deep dish fucking.
It's gonna be a reality show. Somebody's gonna move in and live with all 4 of us, and they gotta see if they can make it for an entire month without hanging the camera. Oh, no.
Good luck with that.
There you go.
Everybody's gonna make it. Maybe we'll have a bunch of people, saying they'll do it right now. Actually, if we ask, who knows? Who'll be offering themselves up to hang out and live with us for a month?
Do a raffle.
Yeah, do a fundraiser for like kids in the hospital. Come hang out with Will.
For a good cause and everything. It's all coming. Not just horror movie. We're helping out people, helping out kids every day.
I will say I did like House of 1,000 Corpses and Devil's Rejects. I do like those 2 films. I was pissed at why you guys were talking about Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Perfectly fitting.
Some would say probably the other thing would have been more fitting.
Yeah.
So, fuck. Well,
AJ, what's your next topic, my friend?
Well, I had a couple here. I wrote down a bunch, but we kind of covered a bunch in parts. But
Hey, who the fuck are you, AJ? You only get 2. Where are you writing down more than
well,
2?
in case someone stole my thunder. I think a fun one would be just to if we can just say what your most hated or despised or disliked franchise is, horror franchise.
Wow.
Out of the big whatever 4, 5, or 6.
I thought I was gonna have a really hard problem choosing, and then immediately my brain snapped, and I know I'm not gonna answer yet. But I was like, oh wait, of course.
Well, over time, mine has become Scream, because when Scream came out, I was 21, and it was fun. I was excited, and it was cool to see, and it was like, okay, it was great. 2 was pretty good. 3 I don't remember. 4 I did not see, and 5, as we all know, was shit. But over time, the original Scream has just been put up on this pedestal that I just don't understand. I don't get it. But that probably goes back to my first question: is it because we're older, or if we were in high school during this whole Scream thing? Well, you guys probably were, but say we were in high school when Part 5 came out. I mean, would we think different? But definitely, I don't understand the love for it. I mean, you guys, people out there, I know there's a shit ton of people love it, and they got the mask and they got the banners and the fucking the Scream contraceptives and Scream the sheets or whatever, and that's fine, that's cool. But me, over time, it really just fucking annoys me now. The Scream stuff that's out there. Sorry for anyone that's a big Scream fan, but that's my pick. What do you guys have?
Well, I just went outside and stared at my neighbors and creeped them out real bad, but that was fun. I walked away. I'm sure they love that.
You get shot in the head.
Of course.
So ask him what his is.
What mine is? They don't want to talk to me. They're afraid of me. I can't imagine. But no, I know what my worst hated franchise is. It's fucking Hellraiser.
Oh shit!
Lord God, that is a mess that begins at part 3. I mean, part 3 is at least a movie.
See, now 3, yeah, 3 is where I stopped.
Part 4 and after, I can't even count those as films. I watched all of them within 2 weeks just to make myself do it. 4 through the rest, it was a literal nightmare.
Oh my God, yeah.
Especially 5, 6, and I think 7. Those 3. I love Hellworld. That's my favorite. That's the only one I like. I don't even like the first one. I'm a horrible person.
There you go.
I only like Hellworld. I'm a piece of garbage. It's like a slasher movie. It's a piece of shit, cheesy ball slasher movie with
I never sat down and watched anyone after 3. I fast forward through a couple of them. I'm like, yeah, it's like good thing I didn't try sitting through this shit. But
they turn into
honestly, I did like Bloodline, the 4th one.
No, you fucking didn't. You do not. You really
wasn't bad. Wasn't bad.
Fuck.
Hellraiser in space. Fuck off.
I watched this and fucking had like an aneurysm. Like I fucking freaked out. This movie is like 80 minutes long. There's
perfect.
3 different timelines. There's Cenobite dogs. Holy shit. Like
it's
this
directed by Alan Smithy.
It's directed by fucking Alan Smithy, aka Kevin Yeager, who was so fucking ashamed.
Oh my God.
He was so fucking ashamed he couldn't even put his name on it.
I'm going back.
I like it. It was wild.
I don't know.
It's wild.
Oh my God.
There's definitely some creativity going on. There's definitely.
Hey guys, guess what? It's a fun movie.
There you go.
Bro, this shit puts me to sleep though. I don't know.
Who's the fucking dude in that? He's in all the comedy movies.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
What's that actor's
Piranha
name?
remake and Step Brothers?
Adam
Step
something.
Brothers.
Yeah,
Adam. Dude, his like hair and the fucking colonial.
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott's it.
Oh my God, is he really?
That's his name. Yeah.
I remember watching that. I think I had the flu or something.
You were hallucinating.
This is the perfect time to watch it.
Yeah, dude, I fucking. It wasn't like I grew up in this movie. Like it was like maybe like 8 years ago. I had the flu and I was like, I never seen the 4th. Put it on. I put it on. I'm like, maybe it's because I had the flu and I was delirious. I like.
Yeah, you're delirious.
Yeah. I would feel bad for anyone who fucking grew up with Hellraiser 4. Like,
that's my
I would
comfort
feel
film.
bad.
As bad as 4 is, I'm telling you, 5 and 6, I'm telling you, they're worse.
Oh, five is like, it's like, let's remake Jacob's Ladder, but fucking shitty. And then 6 is like, let's remake the last one. And then 7, isn't 7 the one with the fucking death cult and like these fucking stupid people, they join this club just to kill themselves? Like, what the fuck? What kind of a club? Like, what? That's some Night Train to Terror shit. Like, I don't know. And then the one that was made just to keep the rights. What was that? Hellraiser Revelations?
Yeah, oh my God, yeah, that was the worst, dude.
Half found footage Hellraiser. Oh my God.
Yeah, they find a box in a bathroom in fucking Tijuana. That fucking shit you not. That
half
happens.
the movie is just some upper class white family sitting in their living room arguing. Half the movie.
I'm not opening up shit in Tijuana except a condom and a beer. You know what I mean?
Yo, he's so right. That's the whole fucking movie. It's a lot like Home Sweet Home. It's a fucking family just sitting in a house doing nothing.
Thinking about the horror community, I wonder how many people in the horror community even know what Home Sweet Home is or have even seen it. I'm sure they're like, oh, I'm a big fan. Yes, people are like, oh, tell me one thing about Home Sweet Home. They're like, oh, I'm just kidding. I've never even seen it.
I heard the Neon Brainiacs podcast talk about Home Sweet Home, and after they talked about it, I'm like, I don't want to watch this film.
Dude, nobody should fucking ever watch Home Sweet Home.
It's not worth it. Watch the clips on like YouTube. Don't watch the film.
Body by Jake plays the fucking killer in it, and like,
Nice. Buddy by
it's
Jake.
not. It's not though. It's, oh my god, it's not. It's. I think it's Thanksgiving themed too. What a piece of shit! Holy shit! I think you can watch it on YouTube, but it's a waste of your time. It's like it is a family sitting in the house doing fucking nothing. Like holy shit! I don't know. I don't know.
I am sweating like a maniac. It's 100 fucking degrees out here in this swamp. Jesus Christ!
It's fucking Shrek over here.
Look at me. It's like 84 degrees out here still somehow.
Oh, fuck that.
Yo, at the end of this, I got to know how many fucking steps you had on this show. I feel like it's.
Hell if I know. God knows how many steps I make a day. 8,000. I should be.
You have your phone in your hand, so it's got to be counting somewhere. I feel like
I don't know. I might have it turned off. I'm too embarrassed to even see. You know. Who knows?
You have a Fitbit?
I should have one.
But I don't know what mine would be though. I guess we'd say Hellraiser now because it's fucking hardcore into it. Like there are other ones that suck, like the Children of the Corn. Somebody mentioned that's fucking terrible. Fucking Children of the Corn, Fields of Terror. Like what the fuck? Like
I hate the first
Children of the Corn. I don't even know if the original's that good. Like
I love the original,
dude.
I was just talking to Jeff about the original because it's a folk horror week or whatever. And I was like, yo, Children of the Corn doesn't get enough love as folk horror because it is folk horror. It's all about paganistic rituals and shit like that. And dude, the beginning scene when they kill all them people in the diner, that's a brutal fucking scene.
I do like that scene. I do like
yeah,
that.
me too.
Brutal as shit, dude. Like I watched it like 3 days ago and I was like, holy fuck, like that
fucked me up.
Yeah, it felt so different from the rest of the movie, that first scene. Like
I would fuck all them kids up, dude. Like that, if I was with Linda Hamilton, that was me and my wife. Like, yeah, dude, I'm just gonna start beating the shit out of Malachi. Get over here, buddy, and just fucking bash his face in, dude.
Hey, Pinocchio, where are you going? And then
you guys are gonna hate me for mine. You guys aren't gonna like me for mine, but I've been very adamant on this since I was a kid.
No.
And it's Halloween.
I knew it.
Wow.
I love the first 3.
Yeah.
Right? And then everything after is fucking garbage.
Oh, yeah.
Garbage. Hot garbage to me. Not hot. I'm literally killing the rule that I had. The rest of them are fun, but the first 3 are great. The rest, I don't want to watch Michael Myers movies. I grew up with Freddy. Freddy was my shit. Even Jason, I wasn't a big Jason guy, but I still love the sequels to Jason and the whole franchise. It's a fun movie to watch and very gory and cool. But I've never been a Michael Myers guy. I never liked 4 and 5. I hated 6. People pay fucking an arm and a leg for that Blu-ray for 6. Jeff put it on eBay for like just out of shits and giggles. He got like a lot of money for it for a bid. Like people were bidding like a fucking maniac. Yeah, that one right there. That one gold mine.
I knew what you were talking about. Probably.
Yeah, like he was even surprised. Jeff was like, "Holy shit, man!" He's like, people started like going aggressively bidding this fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like,
wow.
I don't get it. I just don't. It's not something I grew up on the first one, and then I went into the second and third just on my own, and it just it's not for me. It's just not for me. Yeah. Children of the Corn 3 Urban Harvest is phenomenal though.
Shit movie.
Was that part 2 or 3?
Part 3, man. Urban Harvest. He goes to the city and he fucking gets a goddamn congregation together, dude.
Jesus.
Yeah, Halloween, I don't know. I agree. It isn't overrated. Like, I love the first. Yeah, I would say the first 3 or 4, and then 5 is what the hell. And after 4, I would say they're all average to below average movies. Like, I don't think there's really a great movie after. I would go as far as 4. I like the first 4, but other than that, man, I don't know. I don't love it as much as most people. And
I also
all these
hate that girl
reboots
that was
and
in
remakes.
And what's her name?
What?
Who?
What's that girl in 4 and 5? The little girl now. She's like
Danielle Harris.
Yeah, she sucks.
Oh shit!
Bro, she's a fucking see you next Tuesday, bro. Like you could just tell, like, yo, she's a Karen, bro. She's a Karen. Like she'd be a Karen at a supermarket. I'm telling you right now. Put money.
She's a horror sweetheart, though.
If she's ever at a convention near me, I'm gonna go there and be like, you fucking Karen.
Brock Lesnar's gonna fucking suplex you to fucking hell.
Yeah,
for
Brock
saying that.
Lesnar can fucking get these nuts. I'm just
Oh shit!
No, I think you gotta make a good point though. It is an overrated franchise. Like, because Friday the 13th, I can get enjoyment out of pretty much almost any of the Paramount 8, at least. Like,
Yeah.
Jason Goes to Hell is a piece of shit. Jason X,
Marshmallow Jason. Hilarious.
but like I can watch any of the Paramount ones and get enjoyment. Like I really can. You know, with Halloween, I don't know. After 4, it's a crapshoot. It's mostly shit after those
They
movies.
lost focus of why people like the movies. They turn into this goofy, complicated shit. It's like, you know what the first Halloween movie was? Complicated. Oh wait, no, it fucking wasn't. Like
Right.
nobody wants this shit, and they just kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And
That's what I said, man. It's a killer, blood, boobs, beast. That's all you need.
Elm Street's the same way. After
Scary
4,
music.
Elm Street falls apart. Like fucking Dream Child and that remake and what the fuck? Like,
Dude, Dream Child has some really cool kills in it though. Like the lady getting force fed and she's all fucking bloated in the face and shit.
The motorcycle. I love the effects of that motorcycle death when the guy becomes a motorcycle as he's riding it. It literally goes into him. I know way too much about that movie to hate it so much. Damn.
There you go. Like a disturbing scene for me, like the out of all the shit I've seen, all the Cannibal Holocaust and all the other shit, the scene that really fucking makes me sick is that whichever Nightmare on Elm Street one where he's eating the pizza and he's got
the fourth one.
That makes me like ill. I'm like, yeah.
Meatball. That probably tasted really good though.
Soul food.
I
love the Dream Master. That's a fucking.
Dream Master was great, man.
That's a fun fucking 80s movie for me, man. I love that movie.
The pizza.
I love how no one said Nightmare on Elm Street because that franchise is fun and it's great and it keeps you entertained throughout the whole fucking franchise.
Yeah. At least they had imagination and creativity through like the whole franchise. Yeah, that they didn't. The things they did at Halloween, that wasn't creativity. I don't know. I don't know
Did you see Freddy's Nightmares on Tubi now?
Oh, I did. Yeah, I got to start watching that, man.
Wait, it's on Tubi?
Yeah, for free. Yeah.
I thought it was on that douchebag Screenbox thing.
Shudder?
I wish.
No, there's a thing called Screenbox. Like that
yeah.
Freddy's Nightmare. That was their big thing. Like, come to Screenbox so you can watch Freddy's Nightmare. I'm like, I'm not doing that.
I don't know if it's
douchebag Screambox.
Fuck off.
It's like I don't know how many seasons
Screenbox.
there were, but it was one. It's definitely season 1's on there. So that was another disappointment when I was a kid when that came out. Just like when the Friday the 13th series came out, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be great. And I watched like one episode. I'm like, what'd you do to me?
What's that?
Yeah,
Number 7.
Number 7. Holy shit, you're a fucking tank, man.
I love beer, dude.
I know.
I love beer and water. That's all I drink. Beer and water.
Hydrated as hell.
For real.
You saw the piss, dude. The piss was clear.
Yeah, right.
Who gives a shit?
One more beer, you're gonna be drinking the piss though.
I put that to the side. I don't want to have that. I've had that happen before.
Oh shit.
Where I'll grab it. And I'm like, oh.
Is that urine? It is.
You look like the
Halloween
piss
5,
boy.
if it is.
I am drinking piss right now.
Oh, I think.
Where the fuck were we?
I think we're on the last my last topic for the show here.
Oh, shit. There we go.
Time flies, man. Isn't this
Right?
crazy? All right.
Make it good.
I'll try. I don't know if I can live up to some of these fucking
think
conversations
it's hard,
we had
bro.
tonight. So I know that we're all diehard 80s horror fans and 70s and all this stuff. I figure we bring the notorious list into this fucking show. And of course, I'm referring to the Video Nasties list. Your number 1 overrated and underrated nasty on the list.
Dude, that was like my other questions I had on here.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I'm glad I said it before you because then I would have been out of I didn't fucking prepare for extra, topics. I've stumped the fucking I've stumped the swamp
I've-
here.
I'll go
I
right
got
now.
an overrated one, but I got to pick an underrated one.
Yeah,
Overrated.
most overrated and most underrated. Like,
Most overrated would be honestly what I'm wearing right now, Faces of Death, because it's just
Technically, I guess so,
it doesn't really hit. You know, it's fake. You know, at the time, I guess that's why it was on video, the nasties list or whatever. And I love the film. Don't get me wrong; it's a fun little film to watch here and there. You know, just because how fucking out there it is. You know, but it's definitely overrated because like when you go into it, you're thinking you're going to see some really fucked up shit, but then you're just like, well, it's fake monkey brains. You know, underrated. Underrated.
he's pulling on the beard, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be serious.
And this never even deserved to be on the video nasty list. And it's an underrated horror gem. Joe Bob Briggs put it out on his Shudder channel, I think about a year ago. Evil Speak.
Oh, fuck. I love that movie.
Great movie, man. And I don't hear enough people talking about it. It got a little bit of a rush when Joe Bob showed it. But I feel like more people just don't really listen. They got to watch Evil Speak, man. Evil Speak is an underrated gem. And it didn't even deserve to be on that list at all.
No.
You know, because it's up against, and it was actually, it was prosecuted, Evil Speak. That was one of the video nasties that was prosecuted. And why, though? It's just a great little, like, bully nerd revenge film.
They really
Probably the
hate
hog scene. The
looking
hog
at
scene,
that.
I know, fucks people up, me included. That's a fucking insane scene. All those pigs.
Oh, there's definitely scenes in there where you're like, the last fucking 15 minutes, you're like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
But I feel like that's definitely one that needs a lot more love. I know. Did it Scream or Shout Factory or whatever give it a release or somebody?
I think somebody put it out in special edition Blu-ray. I don't know who though.
But definitely, overrated Faces of Death because it's not what you think, and it gets all that hype, and it's on the video nasty list. I think it was prosecuted as well. And then underrated is Evil Speak. You know, I could have went with The Beast and He because that's a phenomenal film.
I thought you were going to say Gestapo's Last Orgy. I thought you were going to pick that one.
That fucking movie, dude. Jesus Lord.
See, I don't know my list that good, and I haven't seen everything on it, but I don't really have an overrated one that I can think off the top of my head. Face of Death is a good one though, because like you said, it was like when I saw it when I was 10, it was like, oh my god. But then you find out later it's most of it's bullshit, you know. I remember the first time I saw it though, I was eating pizza while watching it. And I bragged about it to everybody. I bragged about it to my family. My family, I don't think ever looked at me the same since. So I would guess that would be over. Under Nightmare on the Damaged Brain. I like that one that I don't see enough of. And that's underrated to me.
Not even great, but just a great. I don't know. It's so shitty. I've talked about this before. With the Nightmare on the Damaged Brain, like it just doesn't make any sense at the end. Like you're just like, oh, that's the twist. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing even bringing you to that twist at all. Like you're just like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
but it's such a great little like nasty New York City slasher film. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
For sure.
That's that walk down the 42nd Street scene.
You have to back in the day. You always have to go down there. But yeah, I saw that one when I was younger too, and it was, I think my with my mom and dad in the room. I think I rented it, and the really cool part where he's like foaming at the mouth in the fucking, the booth,
Cranking his hog, bro.
Oh yeah,
He was cranking his hog so goddamn bad.
I probably saw the cut version because there's like a shorter version because there was some scenes I don't remember seeing when the last time I watched it on the uncut whatever the fuck it was Blu-ray, but still it was pretty rough to watch with mom and dad in the room. But
easy fun time with mom and dad.
I couldn't imagine watching that with my mom and dad like back in the day.
Not at 10 years old. No.
I mean, I saw Last House on the Left with my dad. But that's like, your dad's showing you how to be a man while you watch that film.
You're growing up right now, boy. This is a moment.
Pinnacle.
Well, we'd rent videos and this, Friday night, and I don't know, I would rent horror, and my dad would rent something with explosions, and my mom would rent some kind of like, goofy, whatever the hell she likes. So she usually watched it by herself. So I don't know how old I was. I was probably around 11, somewhere around there, 12 maybe the most. Yeah, but that one doesn't get enough talk about, I don't think. And we know that the whole Tom Savini story behind
One of my
it's weird, man.
One of my goals in life is to meet Tom Savini and have him sign a Nightmare on a Damaged Brain DVD. Just to get in a fist fight with him.
He would fight you too. He would totally.
I'm not.
I've heard stories where he's
back.
fucking mean, man.
Oh yeah, he would be like, somebody hold my cane, and then he would fight you. No, Tom! No, Tom! I didn't say it, Tom. No, that wasn't me. That was overdone.
Someone hold my Tanner.
You got my bronze blend, baby.
That's right. Well, he was in the army, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
He was a medic or something like that. Yeah.
Army versus Navy. There you go. Battle of the century.
I was a Navy guy.
Yeah, but for you though,
Savini wasn't a Navy guy. Fuck him. All right.
No, I know.
Go fuck yourself. Fuck yourself in life and fuck yourself in death, Tom. I love Tom. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you do.
Oh yeah. We all love Tom in a way, but you know, can't get him. He gets away with too much.
Yeah,
as it is. The 70-year-old man.
Yeah, right.
Let's see. All right, I got to do mine. Overrated. I mean, I don't know if it's overrated, but it's a movie I love to hate. Video nasty, and that is definitely 1982's Unhinged. I hate Unhinged. It has no gore. It should not be a video nasty whatsoever. It has the most hilarious dialogue ever. I just love to hate that movie so much, but it's definitely this should never, ever have been on the video nasty list whatsoever. There's a scythe killing. You see no actual gore. You see some blood on the mouth. You never see there's no effects. It's on the video nasty list for violence, but there's no effects. It's just blood. I'm like, I don't think this belonged here. Probably not. Underrated is extremely hard to come up with, but it's got to be Beyond the Darkness by Joe D'Amato. That has to be it. It's got to be. That's underrated because I'm sure we all love the movie, but out there, you know how many people, even on like Instagram and stuff, they've never watched that movie.
That's one of my favorite directors of all time, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Joe D'Amato for sure.
Percent of the people are gonna actually watch that movie.
He's got a few on the nasties list, right? Absurd and Anthropophagus, and he was like a multiple time offender, I think. For the
He's a real fucking skeeve, bro. That's what he was. Yo, it's funny. I'm kind of giving like a little spoiler of the Boogie Nights episode, but when Mark Wahlberg is in the fucking kitchen of the club and Burt Reynolds comes in, he's like, "Yeah, I heard about you." I was like, that was Joe D'Amato, like getting young talent. Like, "Yeah, I heard you got a big dick. Let me see it real quick." That was Joe D'Amato back in the day, bro, getting talent for porno and shit.
He
was Burt Reynolds in Boogie Nights with his cigarette, just smoking his cigarette.
Joe D'Amato, he didn't give a fuck.
Long live D'Amato.
For real, yeah, he's the man. I don't know. Overrated, there's two that come to mind. One of them, I don't know if you call this overrated as much as the other one. First one, I'd say Night Train Murders. I could never get into that fucking movie. It's basically Last House on the Left on a fucking train. And I thought, wow, like, sign me up. And then I watched it. I was like, I don't know. That shit was much more interesting in the forest than it was on fucking train. I don't know. Like, it did not hit home for me at all. And of course, the directors, I never even heard of Last House on the Left. I was like, bullshit, it's the same fucking movie, like, on a train. But I don't know. It didn't do it for me. Boogeyman from Uli Lamel. That would be. Ooh. People like that movie. I don't fucking understand why. Uli Lamel is, like, fucking horrible, in my opinion. But
yo, real quick, Grande, I'm sorry to cut you off, but Uli Lamel is Marion Dora's, like, mentor.
Really?
That's his boy, dude. Like, he was under him for a lot of movies, and he fucking ended up, like, branching off. But that was his, like, mentor for everything. Was Uli Lamel.
All coming together.
Yep.
Yeah, for real. That's a fucking weird ass circle, though.
I know. It's fucking, yeah. That when I read that, I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, no, for real. I'm the same way. Underrated, there's two that come to mind. One of these movies definitely is getting more, like, notoriety. The one that, like, that is Possession. I think that's a fucking banger horror movie. Fantastic. Isabella Adjani, fucking Lovecraftian fucking in it. I mean, fucking weird movie. I loved it. I thought it was a really good one. And then also another one, Cannibal Man. I thought that was a fucking really good movie. Misleading title. And a lot of people have told me it's the most boring film of all time. So I don't know. Maybe I'm in the, but I find it to be underrated. I think it's a really fucking deep movie. But I don't know.
I think you are in the minority there.
Sure. That's underrated. You're going to be in the minority. I don't know. That movie fucking, I think it's awesome. I got
it's a character study, really. That's all it is. And like you said, it misleads the fuck out of you, dude. So when I saw it as a young kid, I got it from Hollywood Video when they went out of business. And I bought it for like $2 on DVD. And I remember putting it in. I'm like, Cannibal Man, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Put it in. I'm like, this is boring as fuck.
Wrong.
I think it's a Spanish film. It was released as Week of the Killer, which it really is. It's like a week of God killing people. Mm-hmm. But in America, there's inadvertent cannibalism in the film where he's disposing the bodies in the meat factory. So then he's like eating at this diner, like, oh, the meat's from your factory, and he's like, oh my God, that's where they got that title for in the States. And I think it just misleads people, and people go into it and like, what the fuck, But I don't know. I think if you watch it as like Week of the Killer, I think it's a banger horror movie. But I don't know. I'm definitely in the minority on that one. But
I have to revisit that, to be honest with you. I think I still have the Hollywood Video DVD in my other room, to be honest with you.
No way. Dude, you got to. Just for me.
Live watch party.
I'll show you after this. I'll show you something else, too.
I'm sure. When we go backstage, I'm sure. But yeah, no, we've been at this 2 hours and 15 minutes. Unless any of you guys have another topic you wanted to bring up before we go here. Anybody?
How's the comment section? I love to see the comments.
We have, oh my God, the comment section's been crazy.
We got to see it. I love seeing that. That's the best part of being on the graveyard.
Yeah, no, I love being on the fucking graveyard. Let's see. This guy's going to piss off Halloween enthusiasts. Elm Street was part 3. Dream Warrior is my favorite of the Elm Street franchise for sure. I would say the original for me, but I love Dream Warriors is fucking great too.
Original.
Let's see. Number 1 underrated would be Driller Killer for me. That's a fucking that one doesn't get the love.
That's good.
Blair, I don't know if that was a nasty, but a lot of people think that's an overrated film. They consider it fucking nasty, but
that fucking movie.
Evil Speak with Clint Howard, dope film. Yeah, no, I love Evil Speak. It's fucking great. Anything NYC, I'm in. And then Noel Garcia asks if any of us own Dr. Giggles.
I got it.
I got it too. Okay.
Dr. Giggles is great.
Giggles. So I don't know if anybody in the chat wants to give us one last topic, we could do that. We can hold on. But
I have one last one that will blow your minds.
Oh, go for it. Yeah.
Ready for it? Your favorite full moon picture that's not Puppet Master or the franchise.
Oh God.
Yeah, I might have to be like AJ. I might have to Google something. I don't know.
I can give you right off the bat 2 of them right now.
I can't answer it somehow. Thank God.
All right.
I'm letting you go.
Mine are going to be this: Shrunken Heads and Castle Freak.
Okay.
Oh, Castle Freak for me, easy. I love fucking Castle Freak. Stuart Gordon's the man.
That was a great fucking film. Did you see the remake?
Such a good movie. What'd you say?
The remake is so bad.
They remade Castle Freak? What
it's
the
on
fuck?
Shudder. Watch it. It's so shitty, dude.
I'm not watching that. I got mad enough after watching Scream 5. I think I'm still fucking getting over that shit. I don't want to watch
Castle Freak is a female. She fucks, rapes one of the men in the bed and oh yeah, it's very HP. The only thing I could say is this. It's very HP Lovecraft at the end. It's super gooey and wild with colors and shit. Easy Castle Freak all day, baby.
I would agree with
yours,
that.
Whopper?
I mean, so I don't know if it even is a full moon film. It says it on the Blu-ray and DVD, and always has. And Charles Daniel saying is fucking tourist trap. That's full moon
easy
on,
way
on
out,
the movie, but I wouldn't count that as a full moon picture. But that's my pick because I hate every full moon movie ever made.
I love it.
I do. Castle Freak, I don't hate. I do own it. Other than that, I can't sit through a Puppet Master movie. I can't do it. No fucking way.
The levels when I was a kid was I originally I saw Puppet Master and demonic toys and shit like that, right? And that's on the level of trauma, but then you get into trauma and you realize oh man, trauma's sexual deviance. And then you just go that route after that. You know what I mean? So it's a good segue into trauma and disgusting films.
That'd be another one, Trauma, favorite Trauma film that's not Toxic Avenger. I feel like that would be one to fuck people up.
Combat Shock.
Blood sucking freaks.
Oh my God, the best.
There you go.
Dad ruined my dinner.
Mother's Day is another one.
Mother's Day is a great one. Yeah, dude. I love trauma, dude. When I was a kid, I used to Lloyd Kaufman.
Brian almost fucking spit out his tray.
I used to email Lloyd Kaufman my script ideas when I was like 10 years old. He would email me back.
No shit.
Tell me to do my
He's a
homework.
crazy bastard, man.
He's
Lloyd
like,
is
go
nuts.
do your homework. Stop watching movies and do your homework in school. And I'm like, fuck you, Lloyd.
See, I hardly like any trauma movies, but I love Lloyd Kaufman. I love his attitude. Every time I see him talk, I'm like, this guy is humor and everything is just constant and perfect. But their movies I'm a disgusting horror snob in a way, but not. I don't know what I am. I love Don't Go in the Woods Alone, but I don't like trauma movies hardly. I don't know.
Wow.
I have no idea what's wrong with me. I got nothing.
Listen, the first
Day.
superhero
Mother's
in New
Day.
Jersey, baby. Toxic Avenger.
Oh yeah, I love Mother's Day more than all
The
trauma
Mookie
movies.
Man.
Mookie Man was great too, man.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it, AJ.
Oh, I mean, I don't know.
Probably Toxic Avenger, I bet.
Yeah, I mean that is great. I mean, I don't know which ones are which. Who
bet.
released them, but
Probably
you
your
start rattling them off. I'll tell you, I like them. I like Mother's Day. I have that's an old school one I saw when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was a trauma movie. To be honest with you.
Yep, it is one of the first movies trauma made.
Yo, funny story about Lloyd. So I bought the Terra Firma Blu-ray, right?
Oh,
And
shit.
I'm at a convention, right, with my nephew. My nephew's like 11 years old, I think, at the time. So we get in line to meet Lloyd and take a picture of him. And I was like, Lloyd, can you sign Terra Firma? And he's like, you're not going to let this kid watch this, are you? He got really he was very parental there. Like, yeah, don't let your fucking nephew watch this. What are you, nuts? And I'm like, I'll do what I want, Lloyd. I'll do whatever I want.
You made me this way, Lloyd, you piece of shit.
You remember that letter you wrote me, Lloyd? You fuck.
I'm
Do your homework.
monster.
Suck my cock.
Then he'd be all into it. He'd be like, okay. Poor Lloyd.
This is a
Fucking
big pen,
Lloyd,
too.
man.
He's got a ball.
Very
Well,
nice.
ill.
No, yeah. But yeah, no, guys, I'd like to thank you all for coming on the show tonight. This was fucking too much fun. This is everything I love about the Horror Roundtable. Fucking good conversations, good people, good laughs, all that good shit. So I want to thank all three of you for coming on because this was a very fun show tonight.
That's right.
Thank you so much
Here.
for having me. And everybody that's watching, if you are watching, I got to do a plug, obviously. Come on now.
Good, please, all three of you plug.
Baby.
$5.
Cabinet Doctors Howdy's podcast. It's on my fucking Instagram. It's on all the bullshit, Spotify, Apple. Best podcast there is. We don't talk about Halloween and all that dumb shit. We talk about fun stuff. Grande is the only guy I vouch for that has great shit going on. And it's the only person I'll go on his pod. I shouldn't say that because people are going to be like, yeah, man, fuck this guy. I'm not going to bring him on my podcast.
Degenerate.
But no, Grande, thank you for having me on, man. You always show love, and I love your shit, man. I watched, when you told me to come on, I was like, Horror Roundtable. I watched the first two, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a great time. So thank you so much for having me on, man. For real, I appreciate it.
Dude, you're more than welcome anytime, man.
Thank you,
I
buddy.
appreciate you coming on.
It was good hanging out with all you jerks.
Fuck
The
you.
nice 4 guys on Instagram, I'm telling you, all put together at one time.
And
Easily.
it's nice to hear Brandon talk and not just scream and rant.
And
Somehow.
we're also doing a fundraiser, the Cabinet Dr. Howdy's podcast, lemonparty.org. If you go on there and donate $1 for lemonparty.org, me and Jeff will fully appreciate that. Look it up. It's a great site, and it's good for kids.
That's true. We're all about kids around here.
Absolutely. And AJ's posting content now on the YouTube channel too. AJ, if you want to plug your channel, go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah, AJ's Happy Fun Corner. Or whatever it's called.
I don't think anyone's going to go on that after what we just talked about for the last 2 hours and 23 minutes.
AJ's like, I'll show you how fun my fucking
My
corner
fun
is.
course, Serbian film, motherfucker.
Tell you what fun really is.
I've had a YouTube channel for about 8 years, and I think I put 2 videos on it. So I figured I'm going to just, I don't know, try and do some stuff just to keep me occupied. And I'm not expecting anyone to even look at it. It's just me bullshitting. So
I watched the first 2 things you put up. You put 2 videos up, right?
couple, yeah.
Yeah, they're good. So everyone
Oh.
should watch it and don't be a
Thanks.
jerk off.
AJ's Happy Fun Time channel. That's what it is. I forgot the name of my own fucking thing. See how it is?
He had to think about it. He was like, AJ's.
Dude, I've been up since 4, and I got to get up at 4 tomorrow. And it's I've had a pretty shitty couple days at work, so
Oh shit.
I'm burnt out, man. I need a vacation, but
I changed my hours tomorrow to be on this. I knew I was going to get hammered, drunk, and high.
Yo, let's fucking go. This guy changed his work schedule.
Hey.
That's fucking dedication. God bless, man. I appreciate that.
so I'm going to be asleep in about 10 minutes here.
No, you're not, because I'm going to audio message you the whole fucking.
You can talk to my ass.
I will. I will fucking do that.
We're inside.
Good time, guys. Good times.
Yeah, no, absolutely, always. All right, guys. So thank you so much for coming on, everybody. If you have not already, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll be promoting this on Instagram with all these lovely gentlemen here. Everybody for watching, thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody for joining on here, thank you guys. I appreciate it. And everybody have a wonderful, safe, happy, healthy weekend. Cheers, everybody. We will catch you next week only on the Graveyard 2 Sweet Piece, and we'll catch you all next time.